My name is Rob Brown, the former radio play-by-play man for the Continental Basketball Association's Fort Wayne Fury. In episode 4 of Fort Wayne Fury Flashbacks, we travel back to March 4th, 1999. The place was the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The 1998-99 CBA season was in its final weeks, and the Fury hosted the Crosse Bobcats in front of the home crowd. Fort Wayne started former Memphis State star Chris Garner and Eastern Michigan's Carl Thomas in the backcourt, and Kansas University's Darren Hancock, Wisconsin Green Bay's Logan Vandervelden, and Mikey Moore from Nebraska along the front line. Lacrosse countered with former NBA first-round pick Todd Day from Arkansas and Dartmouth's James Blackwell in the backcourt, and on the front line, the Bobcats started Turquin Mott from Coppin State, Fred Herzog from Fordham, and Washington State's Mark Hendrickson, who played both in the NBA and in Major League Baseball. Notable players off the bench included Damon Bailey, Everett Gray, Artie Griffin, Matt Fish, Bubba Wells, and Dante Jones. The Fury were coached by former Indiana University star Keith Smart, and the Bobcats were coached by Mike Moshik. Of the 20 players who appeared in this game, 14 played in the NBA. So let's take you back to March 4th, 1999, and CBA action from the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. This one goes down to the wire and then some. Let's go to the arena for the original radio broadcast from that evening. Enjoy.
Rob Brown back at the Coliseum. Time now for tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by Norwest Mortgage. Norwest has provided loans to millions of home buyers, and they may have one just for you. Contact Rich Galbraith or Ted Fry at 432-3444 to learn more about what Norwest Mortgage can do for you. For Lacrosse, Turquin Mott at 1 forward, 6'8", 245 out of Coppin State. Mott averaging 17.8 points a game and 8.8 rebounds a game. That's ninth in the league since joining the Bobcats 6 games ago after coming over in a trade from Rockford rather. Brett Herzog, the other forward, another former Rockford Lightning member, 6'9", 220 out of Fordham is Herzog. Began the year in Quad City, averaging 9.2 points a game and 4.2 rebounds per game with Lacrosse since coming over in a trade in early December from Quad City. In the middle, Mark Hendrickson, 6'9", 220 out of Washington State. This is his second game with the ball club. Had 6 points and 8 rebounds off the bench on Monday night. Last year was with Lacrosse until around Christmas time, averaging 11.3 points a game before he was called up on December 23rd by Sacramento of the NBA. He stayed in Sacramento the rest of the season. Todd Day at the two-guard spot, 6'7", 200-pound NBA veteran out of Arkansas. Day averaging 18.2 points a game and 6.4 rebounds per game since joining the Bobcats. James Blackwell at the point for Lacrosse, 6 foot, 190 out of Dartmouth. Blackwell averaging 11.4 points a game. He's third in the league in assists at 5.6 a game, first in steals at 2.5 a game. Lacrosse coached by interim head coach Mike Moshik, who took over the club 4 games into the season. Moshik 14-27 with Lacrosse this year, counting his 3 previous years in Rockford, his CBA career record 103-99. Assisted by former IBA head coach Tom Conroy. The Lacrosse trainer is Justin Byers. And we'll see the same lineup for the Fury that we saw in here on Tuesday night. Darren Hancock at 1 forward, 6'7", 215 out of Kansas. Darren 18th in the league in scoring at 13.5 a game, averages 6.6 rebounds per game. Logan Vandervelden, second game back in the starting lineup, 6'9", 240 out of Wisconsin Green Bay. Logan averaging 6.6 points a game and 3.7 rebounds per game. The Fury are 18-13 when Logan starts this year. In the middle, Mikey Moore, 7 feet, 230 out of Nebraska. Played just 15 minutes Tuesday night before getting ejected in the second quarter. Mikey averaging 15.1 points a game and 7.2 rebounds per game on the season. Carl Thomas at the 2 guard, 6'4", 195 out of Eastern Michigan. CT averaging 13.6 points a game. That's 17th in the league and 3.5 assists per game. In the middle, actually at the point guard spot, Chris Garner, 5'10", 160 out of Memphis. Chris averaging 6.6 points a game and 2.3 rebounds per game since joining the Fury 10 games ago after coming over in a trade with Idaho. Fury head coach Keith Smart, 54-48. This is second season at the helm. Fury assistant coaches Clifford Ray and Kent Davison. The Fury trainer is Tony Gamble. The Fury equipment manager is Jed Gerhardt. Tonight's officials, a couple of veterans, Jason Phillips and Derek Collins. Tonight's official CBA game ball being delivered by Marco's Pizza. Visit the Marco's registration box in the Coliseum lobby and sign up for your chance to win a team autographed ball as well as a free Marco's Pizza. Count on Marco's Pizza when you need that special delivery to your home. And tonight's opening tip-off brought to you by Moore, Reinbold, and Anderson, a division of American Express Financial Advisors. Remember, fans, when it's time to tip off your new small business, or plan for your child's college education, consult the professionals at Moore, Reinbold, and Anderson, a division of American Express Financial Advisors, for all of your small business and personal financial needs. Now waiting for the house lights to come back up. Lacrosse in the traveling black uniforms, purple numbers with the white and orange trim. During the traditional home whites, red numbers, and the black trim. And the frontline matchups started with Hancock, Vandervelde, and Moore, 6'7", 6'9", 7 feet. Lacrosse with Mott, Herzog, and Hendrickson, 6'8", 6'9", 6'9". Former Fury standout center Matt Fish coming off the bench tonight for Lacrosse. He stands at 6'11". Fury will be heading right to left toward their bench in this first half of play. Mikey Moore, an all-rookie selection last year in the CBA, will jump it up for the Fury. Turquin Mott, who would have been an all-CBA rookie selection had he stayed the whole year. He left right before the end of the regular season to go to Spain, and that cost him a slot on the all-rookie team. His play certainly warranted him being on that honored list, but when you leave a CBA team before the year is over, you make yourself ineligible for postseason awards. Fury win the tap. Garner will walk it across. Sets up left of the circle. Looking for Hancock, circling left side to get the pass. Darren takes a peek into Mikey, lobs it down to him. Mikey, left corner, backing against Turquin Mott, 8 to shoot. Backing in, spins to the basket, put it up. Mott blocked the shot, and they're going to call a foul. Boy, Mott had the rebound, and we had thoughts of heading the other way, but he's going to be whistled for the foul. That's his first and the team's first. So 21 seconds into this ball game, Mikey Moore will shoot 2 Fury free throws. Mikey last week versus Sioux Falls set new Fury franchise record for free throws made and attempted. Mikey went 19 of 23 from the line that night, and he hit the first. So 2 nights after the Fury went 26 of 27 from the line, Mikey puts the Fury on the board first from the foul line. And he hits the second as well. First 2 points in the books for Moore. He is already only 2 shy of his point total from Tuesday night after he was ejected in the second quarter. Blackwell, right side Todd Day, 3 up, no good. He's now missed his last 16 three-pointers. Hancock's got the rebound. Garner directs the traffic in front court. Out front to Darren, played by Todd Day. On the wing to Thomas, played by the 6'9 Herzog. Pull-up shot right corner long, and Hancock has the rebound taken away by Hendrickson, who had inside position. Shovels to Day. Driving to the basket, cut off the foul line by Mikey. Had the pass knocked away by Hancock, out of bounds. It will stay with the Bobcats, 17 on the shot clock. 11:08 to go, first quarter. Fury have the game's only points thus far. They lead 2-0. Herzog out front to Blackwell. Garner plays him loosely, gives it on the right wing to Day. Looking for Mott in the post, played by Vandervelde. Down low to him, 10 to shoot. Mott backs into the lane with the left hand. Jump stop across the lane. They go out front to Blackwell. His 20-footer left side is in and out. And Logan had the rebound poked loose. It goes off the hand of Hancock, but Darren saves it in front court to Garner. Now it's a 1-on-2. Garner, left wing Thomas, pull up, long, and the rebound carries to Hendrickson. Back ahead to Blackwell. Mott got behind the defense. He draws the foul, put up the shot, no good. But he'll shoot 2. I'm not really sure what Turquin Mott was doing right there. As he had a breakaway dunk, he stopped and waited for the defenders to come and draw the contact, but he missed the shot. Hancock went storming into the courtside seats across the way trying to save that pass. That deflection, I should say. Logan picked up the Fury foul, his first, the team's first, and Turquin Mott at the line. First one's up and good. We talked about Mott passing up the breakaway to try and draw the contact and get the three-point play, but if he makes both free throws, it's academic. And he does. So we're tied at 2. Each team has scored their first 2 points from the line. Mikey Moore for the Fury, Turquin Mott for Lacrosse. Garner, top of the key, drives on Blackwell, leaves it on the wing to Moore. In the corner, Thomas. He's missed his first 2 shots. Back out to Logan. He drives, pulls up on Hendrickson, shot blocked, and it's saved to Hendrickson. Now he gives to Blackwell, 3-on-2. Right side Hendrickson to the cutting Day down the left wing. He lays it in. And it's 4-2 in favor of the Bobcats. Garner between the circles. Played by Blackwell. Looks for Thomas curling. Loops into Logan by himself down the baseline. Wrap around the layup to the other side. He lays it in. Well, Mott came over to try and block the shot. Logan did the smart thing by going with the reverse. And the rim prohibited Mott from getting to the basketball. Now Mott picked up his dribble. Gives to the cutting Blackwell. Left side baseline shot from Hendrickson is good. Mark Hendrickson, his first two. He was 3 for 3 from the floor on Monday night. Mikey, jump hook right side is short. And Mott's got the rebound. 9:35 to go first quarter. Blackwell gives to the cutting Hendrickson. Mikey blocked the shot. They're going to call the foul. First foul on Mikey. Second on the Fury here in the period. Mark Hendrickson to the line. Last year appeared in 17 games for the Bobcats. Shot 76% from the foul line before he was called up by the Sacramento Kings. He stayed there the rest of the year. It's the first free throw attempt of the season for him. This is his second ball game back in the CBA. Hendrickson actually has spent some time in the Toronto Blue Jays organization as a pitcher before deciding to stick with basketball full time. Hits the second free throw as well. And the Crosse lead is 8-4. Thomas takes a pick from Mikey. Picked up his dribble. Out front to Logan. They dare him to shoot the three. He'll load it up. It's going to be short. It goes right to Chris Garner in deep. Back out to Hancock. And we're going to have a kick ball as Garner tried to put it back out to Hancock. It was kicked. They'll reload the 24. Keith Smart wants a timeout before he gets this new shot clock underway. We'll take a break as well. 9:22 to play, first period. La Crosse 8, Fort Wayne 4. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. 9:22 to play, first quarter. The Fury trailing the La Crosse Bobcats here at the Coliseum, 8-4. Fans, you can present a register tape from any Scott's food stores and receive a discounted ticket to any 1998-99 Monday through Thursday regular season Fury home game. All this courtesy of Avalon Water and Scott's Foods. Well, Fort Wayne has hit just one of their first 6 shots. And that was a wraparound layup by Vandervelden. La Crosse on an 8-2 run to grab this 4-point lead. Fury ball after the timeout. Hancock will put it in. Just up the sideline from the Fury bench. Into Mikey, left corner. Shovels it back to Hancock. Right side Garner. Chris working against Blackwell, picked up his dribble. Looked for Hancock in the block. They floated in there. Herzog tipped it loose. Fury turned it over. Here comes Blackwell, 1-on-3. Gives to Hendrickson. The pass goes through his fingers. Vanderbilt knocked it out of bounds. And they're going to say it's La Crosse ball. Wait a second now. Jason Phillips coming in to confer with his partner. Are they going to change the call? Let's see. And it's going to be Fury ball. Boy, Derek Collins is there on the baseline. He said it was La Crosse ball. Jason Phillips came running in from half court and said, no, no, no. Now Garner will bring it up against Blackwell. 8-4. Fury trail by 4. Inside 9 minutes to play, first period. Garner hands it on the wing to Hancock. They ISO. Hancock against Herzog. Crossed him up, down the baseline, cut off. In the corner, Thomas spotting for 3. Bang! He got it. First points of the night for CT, the home run. $33 donated to benefit the Visiting Nurses and Hospice Center from Three Rivers Federal Credit Union. Herzog curling in the lane, takes the pass to the foul line. In the corner, Day. The long 2 is up and no good. Mikey's got the rebound. Outlets ahead to Thomas. 1-on-4. No teammates there to help him, so he'll hold it up and give it out front to Hancock. Left wing Garner. Drives on Blackwell. Jumper left corner, no good. Rebound tapped off the backboard. Too strong by Hancock, and Blackwell has the loose ball. 3-on-3. Blackwell down the middle. Gives to Herzog on the wing. Fury recovering defensively. They float it out front to Hendrickson. Left elbow jumper is short. And Vandervelden has the Fury board. Fort Wayne looking to take the lead. 8 minutes to play. Thomas, left corner, fakes on Herzog. Backs it out with the dribble. Now he jumps up the long 3. Actually, it was a 3. Looked like his foot was on the line, but he missed it. And Blackwell heads the other way for La Crosse. Some cold shooting the last couple minutes. The 6'9 Herzog banging in the block with the 6'4 Thomas. Has the pass, right block, back, turns, fades on the baseline, good. First 2 for Fred Herzog. Herzog, who against the Fury in 2 games this year, averaging 17 points a game. Hancock bumped at the foul line by Hendrickson, and that's going to be his first foul, the second on the Bobcats. So each team with 2 team fouls in the books thus far in the first quarter. You got 7:31 to go in this first quarter from the Coliseum. Off the new 24 for the Fury. Garner heads toward the middle. Working that left-hand dribble against Blackwell. Picked up his dribble. Bounced on the baseline to Mikey. Mott able to get in and save it, but he saved it right to Mikey. Now Mikey attacks down the baseline. Blackwell pokes a hand in loose and it goes out of bounds. It'll remain with the Fury with 10 on the 24. Had a couple of very strong guard defenders in Blackwell and Garner. 1-2 in the league in steals. Blackwell on top. And only 4 players this year have had 7 steals in a CBA game. And only 2 have done it twice in a game. And Blackwell and Garner are those 2 players. Garner had 7 steals twice while he was with Idaho earlier in the year. 20 seconds on the shot clock is where it'll be. As Garner inbounds to Thomas. In the lane, twisting. Fall away shot off the glass too strong. Herzog contested it and got the rebound. He'll bring it up in the corner to Hendrickson. Played by Vandervelden. Into Mott, almost falling out of bounds. Had to save it back to Hendrickson. Now they dump it into Mott right baseline. Mott with his dribble alive. In the lane. Twisting. Put up the shot. Drew the foul. And he'll shoot 2. That foul is going to go to Thomas. First foul on Carl Thomas. Third on the Fury. Turco Mott will shoot 2 more for La Crosse. 6:58 to go. First quarter, and the Fury trailing 10-7. Mott, who is 2 for 2 tonight, 8th in the league in free throw percentage at 80% on the year, hitting the first. La Crosse is 5 out of 5 from the line thus far tonight. The Fury 2 out of 2. One more from Mott, he can give La Crosse a 5-point lead, which would be their biggest of the night, and he does. So an early 12-7 lead for La Crosse, 6:55 to play, first quarter. Garner out front to Hancock. Darren, right corner to Vandervelden, facing up on Hendrickson. Jab steps, back out front to Thomas. Thought about the 3, now with 6 to shoot, has to make something happen. Double team, out front Logan, nice find and deep to Mikey. Blackwell strips it loose, out of bounds. 2 seconds on the shot clock for the Fury. And again, the quick hands of Blackwell getting in there to poke that ball out of bounds when Mikey had an apparent dunk. 2 seconds to shoot. Garner looking. Gets in the corner to Thomas. Fades. Fires along 2. Got it! He twists it, fading away out of bounds from just inside the 3-point line. Oh, and Hendrickson had a hand in his face. What a shot by Thomas. Fury back within 3 in this first quarter. Nearing the halfway point. Blackwell runs the pick and roll with Herzog. Pull-up jumper from the foul line. Good. First 2 of the night for James Blackwell. And it's 14-9. Back to a 5-point La Crosse advantage. Mikey doubled in the left block. Out front to Garner. Topside Vandervelden for 3. Bang! He got it. 5 points for Vandervelden. Second Fury 3 in the quarter and the ball game as well. $33 more donated to the Visiting Nurses and Hospice Center from Three Rivers Federal Credit Union. 5:50 to play first quarter. Fury within 2. Blackwell crossed up Garner to the basket. Leaves it for Mott at the foul line. He fakes. They go back in the corner to Blackwell. Thomas recovering defensively. Picks him up. Now Blackwell puts up the long jumper. It's short. And Garner's on the weak side to grab the rebound. Chris across the line. Shovels out front to Hancock. Darren, who has yet to score tonight, wants to clear out. Now gives it on the wing to Thomas. He's bumped out of bounds by Blackwell. Mikey was calling for the ball in the block, but it never got that far. First foul on Blackwell, third on the Bobcats. So each team with 3 team fouls, and 5:26 to go here in this first quarter. Thomas near sideline for the Fury, make that Hancock, inbounds to Garner. Right side Vandervelden, hit a 3 moments ago. Hendrickson closed out. Now Thomas whips it in the lane to Hancock. Tries the up and under, finger roll up, short. Hendrickson got a piece. It goes out of bounds to the Bobcats. Last touch by Vandervelden. 14-12. And what has been a back and forth, a streaky first quarter thus far. Blackwell takes a pick high left from Mott. Garner goes underneath, out front to Day. The deep 3 is good. Well, Todd Day from way behind the arc. That breaks a string of 16 straight missed 3s over 5.5 games per day. He's got 5 points, and it's a 5-point La Crosse lead. Thomas picked up by Day on the right wing, jumps up the 20-footer, missed it long, and Mott got the rebound. Here comes Blackwell on the push. In the lane today, runs into Thomas. They're going to call a foul on Thomas. That was a very close call as far as those dotted lines, that dotted circle underneath the hoop. But CT, in the opinion of Jason Phillips, below that line, and Thomas has picked up his second foul, fourth on the Fury. And Keysmart will substitute. Artie Griffin will come on for Thomas, who departs with 5 points. Artie, the 6'4 guard out of Alabama. Courtney James coming on for Vanderbilt, who also departs with 5 points. Courtney, the 6'8 rookie out of Minnesota. Fury lineup, Chris Garner, Artie Griffin, the backcourt, Darren Hancock, Courtney James, and Mikey Moore, the front line. Lacrosse is yet to substitute here with 4:35 to go first period. New shot clock for the Bobcats after the Fury foul. Herzog posting on Hancock. Takes the pass, right block, pull-up shot long, and the rebound falls to Griffin. Mikey came out there to distract him, and he had to put a little more arc on that than he wanted to with the 7-footer Mikey there to distract it. Top of the key, Hancock looks in for Mikey. Fighting down there with Circle Mott. One dribble, spins, kicks it back out front to Garner. He gives it in low, and the pass intercepted by Hendrickson. Ahead to Blackwell. On the right wing, cut off by Garner. Day going to the basket, fadeaway shot left baseline, in and out. It popped out on him. And Mikey's got the Fury board. Inside 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Fury manages 12 points in the first 8 minutes of this period. Griffin out front to Mikey. Hancock's posting on Day. He wants the basketball with 10 to shoot. Takes it down the baseline, gets to the cutting Garner. He twists, but he missed the layup. Here comes Lacrosse. Right side, Herzog down the baseline, shovels to the cutter. Hendrickson, and he dunks it down. 6 for Hendrickson. And Lacrosse has their biggest lead of the night, up 7. 19-12 with 3:29 to go. Garner, left side, trying to set that pick and roll with Mikey, never developed. Swings it on the wing to Hancock. Darren with 8 to shoot. Out front, Mikey jumps up the 16-footer. It's way short. Rebound tapped out of bounds. It's going to go to the Bobcats. And the crowd's starting to get a little restless as the Fury offense is bogged down considerably. Garner departs, and Damon Bailey comes on for the first time of the night. 6'3 guard out of Indiana. Damon not participating in the shoot-around today. Has been battling a cold, sore throat, all of the above. Blackwell works on Bailey. Into Day, left corner. Back in against Griffin. Artie holds his ground. Gray's double. Out to Mott. Left alone for 3. Doesn't want to shoot it. Now he comes in. 19-footer over Courtney is long, and Artie's got the rebound. Hands to Bailey. Keysmart directing the traffic. Calls for the play. Damon out front. Right wing Griffin sets his feet. Fires along 2. Missed it. It goes over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. Back to the Bobcats. And before Lacrosse will inbound, we're going to have a timeout, Lacrosse. 2:39 to play first quarter, and the Fury trail by 7. 19-12. We'll take another break and be back with more on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Rob Brown back at the Coliseum. The Fury offense bogged down considerably. They trail 19-12 to Lacrosse with 2:39 to go in this first quarter of play. Tonight and every night, uniforms all across the Continental Basketball Association provided by Wilson Sporting Goods. Wilson Sporting Goods is the official uniform and equipment supplier of the CBA. We take a look at our Icon Office Solutions quick copy stat update for this first quarter. Fury shooting just 24%, 4 out of 17. A little more of a numerical backup of what we've been talking about as far as the Fury offense not getting it done here early. Lacrosse shooting 46%, 6 out of 13. Fury 2 for 3 behind the arc. Lacrosse 1 out of 2. Fort Wayne 2 of 2 from the line. Lacrosse 6 out of 6. Icon Office Solutions, your place for all of your networking, equipment, and outsourcing needs. Lacrosse to the basketball, up 7. Blackwell drives on Bailey. In the traffic, left it for Hendrickson. Mikey closes out on him. Back in the right corner to Blackwell, 12 to shoot. Blackwell takes a pick from Herzog. Got to the basket, stripped away. Bailey's got the loose ball. Down the middle. Gives to Griffin to Mikey. Power dunk with the right hand. He elevated and punched it. Off the assist from Griffin, Mikey's got 4. And that dunk, meaning $10 as always, donated to the Fort Wayne Boys and Girls Clubs, courtesy of Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai. That dunk getting some life back in the crowd. Let's see if the Fury can get a stop. Mott's doubled. Out front, Dave fakes the 3 on Griffin. Back into Mott, left block. Backs on Courtney. Out to Hendrickson. Right side jumper from 19 feet is long, and Hancock's got the board. Darren will bring it up. Gives to Griffin. Day went for the steal. Artie gives to Mikey. In low to Courtney. Double team. Courtney looks for the cutter. In low to Hancock. Played by the smaller man Blackwell, and he takes advantage by elevating and laying it in. 19-16. Fury on a 4-0 run. First points for Hancock. They're within 3 with 1:38 to go. First quarter. Blackwell picked up his dribble out front. Gives to Herzog. Looking down low to Mott. 8 to shoot. Down the baseline against Courtney. Reverse layup. Blocked from behind by Mikey. Mott got it back. Courtney blocked the second attempt. And Mikey's got the board. Now the Fury interior holding strong. Here comes Hancock. Lobs it, tried to lob it into Mikey. He did not jump, and the pass went right to Todd Day. 3-on-2. Day down the middle. Runs over Griffin. Offensive foul. Day made the pass, but Griffin took the contact and drew the offensive foul on Todd Day. That's his first. And the ball will go back to the Fury. Down 3 with 1:08 to go in this first quarter. Fury starting to show some life on the defensive end and the offensive end as well. They've allowed just 19 points with a minute to go in this first quarter, but they scored just 16. But they've scored the last 2 times down. Bailey, left side, setting up the pick and roll with Mikey. Jumps into him, left block. Hendrickson covers up, gives to Hancock. Speeding down the lane, he lost the handle. Tried to shovel it back to Courtney, and Darren going 90 miles an hour, never got the handle. Blackwell down the wing, lays it up and in. And Hancock continuing to struggle. Bailey in the lane, left his feet, bounces to Courtney down the baseline. Power dribble up, lays it in, and a foul. Count it with 36.6 seconds to go. Both teams with a foul to give in the last 2 minutes. That foul went to Turquin Mott, his second. Now Lacrosse is over the foul limit with 36.6 to go. Keith Smart taking advantage of the stoppage to pull Hancock over and give him some instruction. Well, Courtney, 58% on the year, but he's 10 for 13 in his last 5 games, but he missed that free throw. But Hancock grabs the rebound. Across the lane to Courtney. He'll try it again. Power dribble. He dunks it down. Off the feed from Griffin. So now Courtney, with 2 straight inside buckets, has brought the Fury within 1. Shot clock 6 seconds ahead of the game clock. Fort Wayne on an 8-2 run within 1. Need to stop, though, to try and win the quarter point. Blackwell with 8 to shoot on the high right. In low to Hendrickson. Can't find it. Now they do. 3 seconds to shoot. Hendrickson, power move across the lane. Puts up the shot. Good. Big shot by Mark Hendrickson. Fury down 3. They need a 3. Bailey across the line with 5 seconds to go. Damon looking. Gives to Griffin. Fakes. Falls back. Didn't get the shot off. Did not get the shot off in time, and the Bobcats win the quarter. 23-20. We'll take a break. A 2-minute break when we come back. Quarter number 2 from the Coliseum up next on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Rob Brown back at the Coliseum. Lacrosse grabs quarter number 1, 23-20. Fury closing with some late action after being down 7. Got within 1 at 21-20, but Mark Hendrickson with a bucket to put Lacrosse up 3. Fury did not get a 3 off to tie the quarter, and the Bobcats win the first period. Fort Wayne led in that first quarter by Carl Thomas and Logan Vandervelden with 5 points apiece. Lacrosse led by Mark Hendrickson, who had 8 points in that first quarter. Fury shot 38% in the first quarter, but hit their last 4 shots, 8 out of 21. Lacrosse 44%, 8 out of 18. Each team with 11 rebounds. And on our Russmore transmission turnover update, Fury with 4 turnovers and Lacrosse with 3. Russmore transmission, the place to turn to avoid problem turnovers in your car, truck, or van. Lacrosse substituting for the first time tonight. They've got 4 new players in. Bubba Wells, one of the new players, backing in on Artie from the left block. Double team over to Jermaine Geis. Right side jumper over Bailey is good. His first 2, Jermaine Geis, the veteran out of Butler. And it's 25-20. Here we have Damon Bailey, Artie Griffin, Darren Hancock, Courtney James, and Mikey Moore. Damon taking the pick out front, double team. Now he attacks on Geis, leaves it right wing for Artie, fakes the 3 on Bubba Wells, goes to the basket, twisting, put it up, missed the shot, but he drew the blocking foul on Geis. And will shoot 2. First foul on Jermaine Geis. First on the Bobcats here in the period. Fury beginning the second quarter with the same lineup they ended the first quarter. Meanwhile, Lacrosse with Jermaine Geis, 6'3" guard out of Butler. Out there along with Bubba Wells, 6'5" second-year man from Austin P. Fred Herzog, Dante Jones, former first-round draft pick of the New York Knicks, has already missed the first free throw. Jones 6'7" forward, and Matt Fish, the former Fury standout center, 6'11" out of UNC Wilmington. Already 7th in the league in free throw percentage at 80%. Missing that first one. Second one up. That one kicks up, and it fell off. But Courtney James tipped it in. Came right over Jones and tipped it in. Courtney's got 6. off the bench to lead the Fury. Now Griffin uncharacteristically missing both of those free throws, but James on the spot to tip it in and tie the quarter at 2. Wells out front. Right side Jones. Quick jump shot behind the screen is way short, almost an air ball, and Hancock's got the rebound. Clears to Bailey. 1 minute gone, second quarter. Mikey fighting in the block. Bailey looks for him. Picked up his dribble, couldn't find it. They swing it on the wing to James. Back to Griffin, back to Bailey. Mikey will try and repost. Now takes the pass, right block. Backs on Herzog. Jump hook with the right hand, long. And the rebound falls to Dante Jones. Ahead to Geist in front court. Fury got back defensively. Bubba Wells spinning. Arcing shot too strong, and Mikey plucks the rebound out of the air. Nice job by the Fury to get back and stop that breakout. Bailey takes the pick from Mikey. Picked up his dribble. Right corner, Hancock. He knifes to the basket. Lost it on the way up. They're going to call the foul, I believe, on Bubba Wells. Nope, on Matt Fish. That's the first on Fish, the second on the Bobcats. And Hancock will be at the line for the Fury. Well, Fish kind of wandering around the baseline waiting to get set. Now he's set, and Hancock will shoot 2 for Fort Wayne. Fury 2 for 2 in that first period from the line. So far 0 for 2 in this second period. Hancock, first one up, good. And they're going to get Dennis Davis in there for Fred Herzog. Dennis Davis, the 6'9" rookie out of Texas Christian, a 10th round pick of the Bobcats. He was the lowest player selected in the draft, 83rd overall, to play in a CBA game this season. And La Crosse has all 5 of their bench players on the floor right now. Hancock, one more free throw. That one's no good. Fury just 1 for 4 from the line here in this second quarter thus far. They trail by 2. Davis in the corner, Dante Jones. Hancock up tight on him. Jones dribbling, tried to cross Hancock over. Dribbled it off his foot, got it back, but now he's lost his dribble. Looking for help. Out front to Fish. Bubba Wells posting. Fish drives to the basket. Shovels to Davis. His right side shot is blocked by Mikey. Courtney's got the loose ball. 3 on 2. Here come the Fury. Bailey down the middle. Finger roll up and in. It's a tie game. Well, La Crosse got the first points of the quarter. Fury have scored 5 straight to tie the game. 25-25. And James overplaying the entry pass. The Fish tips it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bobcats with 16 on the 24. Fury really turned up the defense here in this second quarter. Jones inbounds. Bubba Wells, quick shot left side is an air ball. And Mikey's got the board. Boy, this La Crosse bench bunch having a hard time finding the mark from the jump shot range after Jermaine Geist hit the first 2 of the quarter. Courtney in the left block. Played by Fish. Faces up on him. Spins. Fish takes the flop. Courtney fades, and he missed the shot. It rolled off the rim. Fish flopped and tried to draw the charge. They no-called it, but Courtney missed the shot. Dante Jones in low to Fish. He'll try and attack on Courtney. Spins to the middle. Jump hook up. No good, but he drew the foul, and he'll shoot 2. Foul's on Courtney, his first. First on the Fury here in the period. Everett Gray at the scorer's table for Fort Wayne. He'll come in after this first Matt Fish free throw. Fish is 67%er on the year. Big left-hander out of UNC Wilmington. Has the Fury record for consecutive double-doubles, 14 during the 95-96 season. And Hancock will depart. Everett Gray coming on, 6'7" out of UNLV. Everett with 14 points off the bench on Tuesday night. That's another Champion Windows Fury substitution. If you're looking for a substitution for your inefficient windows, turn to Champion Replacement Windows. Fish missed the second, and Mikey's got the board. That's the first La Crosse miss from the line. Damon ahead in front court to Courtney. Back to Artie, right side for 3. Short on the front of the rim, and Dante Jones has the rebound. It's to Geist. In the corner, Wells. Artie cut him off on the baseline. Out front, Jones. He'll hoist up the 3. It's short, and Courtney's all over the board. Nice block out on his fellow rookie, Dennis Davis. Damon racing into front court quickly. Goes behind his back through the lane. High arcing teardrop. Kicking off the rim. And it's cleared away by Davis. Damon with that teardrop in the lane. Almost got it to go. But it kicked off. 26-25. La Crosse with a 1-point lead. 8:45 to play first half. Geist leaner in the lane from 12 feet. Rolling good. Geist has both La Crosse field goals in this period. And the Bobcats have scored 3 straight to grab a 3-point lead. Griffin, played by Wells, right side to Everett Gray, driving, leaves in the corner for Mikey. 10 to shoot. Mikey facing up on Fish, back out to Everett, fakes on Dante Jones, Pulls up. Nice pass into Mikey. It went off his hand, though, and Bubba Wells has the loose ball. Wells up the right side. Gives to Geis. Flashing to the goal. He lays it in. Boy, 6 for Jermaine Geis off the bench. He has looked good. The former Butler standout. 6th all-time leading scorer at Butler University. Native of Columbus, Ohio. 30-25. Lacrosse up 5. Mikey slipping back door. Takes the lob from Bailey, and he dunks it down. 6 for Mikey. Both of his field goals have been dunks, and that stops the 5-0 lacrosse run. $10 more as always donated to the Fort Wayne Boys and Girls Clubs, courtesy of Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai. 7:35 to play first half. Guys double teamed out front. Looks for the open man. Wells in the corner. In low to Fish. Puts up the shot short on Mikey. Had the rebound knocked away by Hancock. Damon's got the loose ball on the run. Down the middle. Leaves it for Mikey. Big step to the goal. He dunks it down. Boy, Mikey with 2 straight dunks. And to be real honest, Mikey took off from Kendallville. He was outside the foul line. Did not put it on the floor. Got away with a walk, but got the dunk. Fury within 1. $10 more donated to the Fort Wayne Boys and Girls Clubs from Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai. 7 minutes to play first half. Fish, left alone, will jump it up for straight away. Good. Now Courtney gave him the 16-footer, and Fish calmly knocked it down. 32-29. Fury back down 3. Quarter points tied at 9. Damon backing in. Geis got the step, turned the corner. Geis poked a hand in to steal it and picked up the personal. That's his second. 3rd on the Bobcats here in the quarter. And before the Fury will inbound with a fresh 24, we're going to have a timeout, Fort Wayne. 6:42 to play first half. Lacrosse 32, Fort Wayne 29. We'll take a pause and be right back on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Action, the Fury down 3, 32-29. Fans weeknights or Spiece nights, stop by Spiece on Coliseum Boulevard for your sporting goods needs. When you buy a pair of Spiece shoes, you receive a Fury membership card, good for $1 off admission, and 10% off Fury merchandise all season long. You'll also receive 2 script tickets to a weeknight Fury game. So stop by Spiece for your next pair of shoes, and we'll see you at the Coliseum where weeknights are Spiece nights. Well, during that Fury timeout, there was a lacrosse foul on Jermaine Geis right before the timeout. Geis second. Mikey Moore checking out for the Fury for the first time tonight, and Eric Wilson coming on, the 7-footer out of Virginia Tech. Mikey departs the team-high 8 points. All 3 of his field goals have been dunks. Fury ball, quarter point tied at 9. Damon setting up. In low to Courtney, left block. Facing up on Dennis Davis, the fellow rookie. Courtney backs in the lane, back out to Damon. Gets by Geis. Has Artie spotting right side for 3. No good. Wilson pushed off to get the rebound. 2 hands in the middle of Fish's back. And that will be the first foul on Wilson. And the second on the Fury here in the period. 32-29. Fury down 3. 6:22 to play. First quarter, or first half rather. Geis far sideline. Fish ambling over to set the pick. Geis takes it. Right side, Dante Jones. Everett plays him loosely. Gives to Fish. Got the step to the basket. Twisting shot up and in. Nice move off the dribble by Fish. He's got 5. And the last 2 lacrosse field goals. Bailey driving. Gives to Griffin. Thought about the 3. He's been cold from behind the arc thus far. Gives it instead to Courtney. He drives on Davis and draws the foul. That's the first foul on Dennis Davis and the 4th on the Bobcats. Fury, we've got them were 2 team fouls. The scoreboard says just 1. 5:57 to play first half. Inbound to Bailey. Right side Griffin. In the lane, left side Everett. He'll put the 3 up over Dante Jones. Is short, and Fish has the board. Fury have gone cold from 3-point range here in this second quarter. Bubba Wells left alone, won't shoot. Out front to Geis, he won't shoot. Gives it on the wing to Dante Jones. He'll jack up the 3 over Hancock. Good. Dante Jones, his first points. He hits the 3, and Lacrosse has their biggest lead of the night, 37-28. With 5:25 to go. First half. Everett drives on Dante Jones to the basket. Missed the shot. It was blocked by Fish. And here comes Geis up the floor for Lacrosse. They lead the quarter 14-9. Lacrosse has scored 7 straight points. Fish backing on Wilson. Eric holds his ground. Fish wheels back to the baseline. The up and under scoop rolls off the rim. And Courtney's got the board. Hands to Damon through the traffic. Hung up out front, lost his dribble. Left wing Artie tries to drive on Wells. Cuts that off. In the corner, Everett. fakes the shot on Davis. Down the baseline, and Davis is going to get called for the pushing foul as Everett walked the tightrope. That's the second on Davis and the fifth on the Bobcats, so they're over the limit with 4:46 to go. New shot clock for the Fury. They'll shoot all remaining lacrosse fouls here in this second quarter. Griffin working on the high right. Top of the key to Everett. Back left wing to Bailey. Wants to clear out. Everett sets the pick for Damon. He drives to the basket, leaves it for Wilson. Fake. Back left wing to Everett. Fakes the three on Jones. Wheels it back in the corner to Bailey. Jumps up to the three long. And the rebound kicks out in the lane to Dante Jones. He'll bring it up himself. Everett picks him up at the arc. Into Fish. Right block. Fish drives on Wilson. And Eric's going to get called for the foul. That's his second. Third on the Fury here in the period. Carl Thomas coming back on, and Artie Griffin departs, scoreless. CT had 5 points in the first half for the Fury. New shot clock for lacrosse. Dante Jones will inbound near sideline. Out front to Geis. Left wing Bubba Wells. The long two is way off. Karam's off the right side of the backboard. He missed the rim completely. 37-29. Fury with it. Thomas fakes the shot on Wells. Finds Everett in deep. Fakes the pass to the cutter. Laid it up and in. Well, that was a vintage Larry Bird player right there. He faked the pass to the cutter. Both defenders turned their head, and that gave Everett the space to lay it in. That stops a lacrosse 7-0 run. Davis in the block, working on Courtney. Courtney went for the steal, and they're going to call the foul as Davis turned to the goal. That's the second on Courtney and the fourth on the Fury. They say downstairs just the third foul on the Fury here in the period. Lacrosse is over the limit. 37-31. Fort Wayne down 6, 3:45 to play first half in the Coliseum. Dante Jones right off the inbound in the right block to Fish. Fury faked the double. Now Jones cuts to the basket, puts it up, missed the shot short. Carl came over to distract him, and Gray has the rebound. Everett, left wing to Bailey. In low to Wilson. Eric backs on Fish, and they're going to call the offensive foul. The free arm hook. Boy, Derek Collins, the bottom official, was going to call the foul on Fish, but he's overruled by his partner, Jason Phillips. That's the third foul on Wilson. Collins put the arm up like he was going to call the foul on Fish, and we're going to have a timeout lacrosse. 3:28 to go. They'll have the ball first half, winding down when we return in 60 seconds on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. 3:28 to play, first half. Rob Brown with you tonight at the Coliseum. Fury shooting 38% so far here in the second quarter on our Icon Office Solutions quick copy stat update. Fury 5 out of 13. Lacrosse 6 out of 15, 40%. Fury 0 for 2 behind the arc. Lacrosse 1 for 2. And Fort Wayne just 1 for 4 from the line. Lacrosse 1 out of 2 from the line here in this second period. Icon Office Solutions, your place for all of your networking equipment and outsourcing needs. Mikey Moore has come back in for the Fury, replacing Eric Wilson, who picked up his third foul in that offensive foul. And Wilson presumably will sit the final 3:28 of this first half. Mikey's back in there for the Fury, leading them with 8 points. 37-31. And low to Fish. Played by Courtney James, faces up. Now he works in the lane with the left hand, jump hook up, and it rolls good. Kicked on the back plate, fell through. We're going to have a delay of game warning on the Bobcats. With 3:11 to go in this first half, they've matched their biggest lead of 8. 39-31. Bailey driving, cut off. Gives to Thomas, back to Bailey, high right. In low to Courtney James, faces up on Davis, down the baseline. Power move in traffic, missed the shot going up, but they're going to call the foul on Dante Jones. That's his first. And lacrosse over the limit, so Courtney will shoot 2 for the Fury with 2:54 to play in this first half. Fury trailed the quarter by 5 and the game by 8. Well, Fort Wayne got within 1 at 30-29. Since then, the Bobcats have outscored them 9-2 to have this 8-point lead. Courtney, first one up, good. For 1 in that first period with James. Courtney, 58%er on the year, but came in to tonight's action 10 of 13 in his last 5 games. One more. That one also good. 8 points for Courtney off the bench in this first half. And the Fury showing some pressure off the made free throw. 39-33, they trail by 6. Trail the quarter by 3. Jones, left side for 3. That one's no good. Fish tapped it up short. Tapped it up a second time short. Davis got the rebound. In low against Courtney. Up off the glass and in. Fury not sealing off the defensive boards. Ahead to Thomas. Thought about the pull-up jumper. Wait for help. Looks in low to Courtney. Fires on the baseline to Everett. In the traffic, he fakes. Fakes again. Fakes a third time. Puts it up. And he got it in. They're going to say Mikey tipped that one in. Mikey might have been in the cylinder. But he's got 10. And it's 41-35. 2:08 to go first half. Fish backs on Courtney. Jump hook is good. Fish with 9 here in the period. And it's 43-35. 2 minutes to go, first half. Fury trail the quarter by 5 and the game by 8. Bailey gives to Mikey in traffic. Jones stripped it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Fury with 10 on the 24. Fred Herzog and Todd Day will come on for lacrosse. Bubba Wells and Dante Jones depart. 2 players who spent last year at the NBA. Wells with Dallas, Jones with Boston. Thomas, left side, jumps up the 3 over Day. Bang! He got it. Second 3 of the night for Thomas. He's got 8. And $33 more donated to benefit the Busy Nurses and Hospice Center from Three Rivers Federal Credit Union. In low to Fish. Puts up the shot good off the high-low pass from Herzog. And Fish has been killing the Fury in this second period. He's got 11 in the quarter. All 11 of his points in this ball game. Bailey, top of the key to Courtney. Left wing Everett. Drives on Herzog. Tucks it in through the traffic. Sweeping shot off the glass and in. Everett with 4. And the Fury now within 2 in the period. Down 5 in the ball game. Need to stop. They want to win this quarter point. Geis. Back on the right side. In low to Fish. Down the baseline. Shuffles his feet. Kicks to Day. Spotting left corner for 3. Long. The rebound tapped loose. Everett's got it. He'll race it up to the other end. To the basket. Tripped as he came down the lane by Geis. And he'll shoot 2. Well, Everett frustrated that he didn't finish that play. That's 3 fouls on Geis. He's got 6 points off the bench here in the period, but he'll have to come off. As the Fury trail the quarter by only 2. Everett shooting 2. First one up. Good. Darren Hancock back in for the Fury, replacing Courtney James, who departs with 8 points. And Geis, the backup point guard with 3 fouls, he'll have to come off. Replaced by Everett Gray. Or replaced by James Blackwell, rather. Everett Gray at the line trying to tie the quarter, and he does. With 51 seconds to go in the first half. Fury need to stop. Blackwell back at the controls. On the high right, looking for Fish. Fury have a foul to give in the final minute of this first half. Fish doubled on the block. Backing against Bailey. Damon and Mikey close him off. He swings across court to Blackwell. Left side jumper, no good. Rebound fought for. Davis came up. Bailey's back. They're going to call him for the foul. That's the 3rd on Davis. And we'll walk to the other end. Damon will shoot 2 with 28 seconds to go in this first half. And Damon will have a chance to give the Fury the lead in the quarter and tie the ball game if he hits them both. Mark Hendrickson back on. He had 8 first quarter points. This is the first time we've seen him here in the second. Dennis Davis, the rookie, departs with 3 fouls and 2 points. Bailey shooting 2. Second best free throw shooter in the league. First one up, swish. Coming in as an 88%er on the night. 28.8 seconds to go. Fury looking for their first standings points win of the night as Lacrosse won the first quarter, 23-20, and Damon hits them both. Fury up 2 now in the period. Actually within 1, I should say. 45-44 the game score. Shot clock 4 seconds ahead of the game clock. Thomas gambled for the steal and was called for the foul. That's okay, as the Fury had a foul to give. 3rd foul on Thomas. 5th on the Fury. Lacrosse wants a 20-second timeout. As now with 23.6 seconds to go in the half, the shot clock is off. And Lacrosse down 2. or down 2 in the quarter, I should say, but 1 in the ball game. Well, stay tuned here at halftime for the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show. We'll have thoughts and comments, as well as a full statistical look at tonight's first half. We'll also have a halftime interview with Fury forward Everett Gray. Everett stopping by and joining us before the ball game. We'll have that interview and thoughts and comments as well. Upcoming from the Coliseum on the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show. Fury still has some work to do here in this first half. Now Keith Smart snuck Artie Griffin into the ball game. Let's see if they catch him. That was a 20-second timeout. Fred Herzog subbed in. Actually, he didn't, but they snuck Artie in anyway. Can't sub if the other team that calls the 20 doesn't sub. Blackwell's got it out front. 14 seconds to go in the half. Fury up 2 in the quarter. Blackwell still with it. Driving on Bailey, takes a pick from Hendrickson, picked up his dribble, gives it to Day, drives on Griffin. Blackwell right side for 3. Missed it, rimmed out. Rebound tapped loose. Bailey's got it, and that'll do it. Now Blackwell had a look to win the period, but he rimmed out the 3, and Fort Wayne wins the quarter point. 24-22, but La Crosse clinging to a 1-point lead here at halftime. They lead the Fury 45-44. We'll take a break, a 2-minute break here at halftime, and the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show upcoming on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back at the Coliseum. We are at halftime on the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show. The Fury trailing the La Crosse Bobcats by 1 here at the break, 45-44. We look at how the game transpired through the first 24 minutes. Fury got the first points of the night on 2 Mikey Moore free throws on their first possession of the night. But La Crosse coming back to grab the lead for the remainder of the half, leading by as much as 7 in that first quarter, 19-12. Fury, though, closed to within 1, and that's after a Mark Hendrickson basket made it a 23-20 game. Fury had the ball with 7 seconds to go. Artie Griffin, though, could not get a 3 off before the buzzer, and La Crosse won the first quarter 23-20. Fury trailed by as much as 8 throughout most of the mid-portion and late portion of the second quarter. La Crosse leading as late as 43-35, but Fort Wayne closing on a 9-2 run to win the quarter point. Fury tied the quarter point on 2 Everett Gray free throws with 51 seconds to go, and then grabbed a 2-point lead in the quarter with 2 Damon Bailey free throws with 28 seconds to go. La Crosse had the ball and a chance to win the quarter. James Blackwell fired up a 3 with around 6 seconds to go. Missed it. It rimmed out. Fury closed out the rebound and won the second period 24-22, but trail here at halftime 45-44. Fury led by Mikey Moore with 10 points in that first half. Mikey with 4 field goals, 3 of them have been dunks. Matt Fish with 11 points, all coming in the second period, leads all scorers and La Crosse. We're going to take our first break here on the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show. When we come back, we will have our halftime interview tonight with Fury forward Everett Gray when we return in 2 minutes on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Rob Brown back at the Coliseum on the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show. Time now for tonight's halftime update, brought to you by O'Daniel. Olds, Jeep, Eagle, Porsche, Audi, and Mazda. It's where you go for an update on a great deal. It's O'Daniel, 5611 Illinois Road. Also be sure to visit O'Daniel Ford and Mitsubishi, located on Lincoln Highway in New Haven. Fury led in that first half by Mikey Morris. Mikey's 10 points. The only double-figure scorer for the Fury in the first half. 8 points for Courtney James off the bench. 8 points also for Carl Thomas. 6 points for Everett Gray. 5 for Logan Vandervelden. 4 for Damon Bailey. 3 for Darren Hancock. And Chris Garner, Artie Griffin, and Eric Wilson all played in that first half for the Fury. They did not score. For La Crosse, they were led by Matt Fish's 11 points. Matt played only the second period, but he had 11 points, all coming in quarter number 2 on 5 of 9 shooting. 8 points for Mark Hendrickson, 6 for Jermaine Geist off the bench, 5 points for Todd Day, 4 points apiece for James Blackwell and Turquin Mott, 3 points for Dante Jones, 2 points for Fred Herzog and Dennis Davis. Bubba Wells played 10 first half minutes. He did not score. Fury shooting 42% in that first half, 16 of 38. La Crosse likewise 42%, 18 of 43. Fury 3 for 6 from three-point range. Thomas connecting twice and Vandervelden once. La Crosse 2 out of 6 from three-point range for 33%. Dante Jones and Todd Day hitting the La Crosse first half threes. Fury 69% shooters from the line in that first half, 9 out of 13. This one game after the Fury went 26 for 27 from the line and 17 of 17 in the first half on Tuesday night. La Crosse in that first half 7 out of 8 from the foul line, 88%. Fury out-rebounded Lacrosse in that first half, 26-22. Fury with 6 first-half turnovers, just 3 for Lacrosse, and Fort Wayne with a 24-20 advantage in the paint. We'll take another break, our final break here on the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union Halftime Show. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter up next in 2 minutes on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back at the Coliseum a couple minutes before the start of the third quarter. So while we have a moment, I'd like to welcome all of tonight's groups. Raytheon Spiece, where weeknights are Spiece nights with the Fury. Physicians Health Plan, Wawasee High School, Odie's 101.7. Sports Spectrum, Rules More Than Gymnastics, and Fort Wayne Radiology. Also, the folks here tonight, courtesy of the Glenbrook Dodge, the Dodge dealer, Bleacher Creatures, I should say, seated along the visiting baseline. Here tonight from Woodburn Elementary, and at every Fury home game this season, Fox Sports Chicago and Comcast donating 20 tickets to worthy nonprofit organizations. Tonight, those folks here from Big Brothers Big Sisters, courtesy of Comcast and Fox Sports, and our Kraft Kids here each and every night, courtesy of the good folks at Kraft Foods, here tonight from the Arc of Allen County. And all of those great group opportunities available with the Fury. All you got to do is call the Fury office at 471-3879. Find out how to get your nonprofit group, school, or church involved with the Fury through a Fury group night. Also, at selected Fury home games this season, Physicians Health Plan will donate 500 Fury tickets to a selected nonprofit group, school, or church as part of the PHP People Helping People program. At halftime of each game, an individual from the group will be recognized for their outstanding effort or contributions. In addition, each group will be acknowledged throughout the game. For more information on the PHP People Helping People program, call the Fury office at 471-3879. Well, tonight, game 2 of a 3-game homestand, the final real homestand of the year, as Grand Rapids will come in here on Saturday night before we leave immediately following the ball game, beginning a 9-day, 4-game road trip 1 week from Sunday night, actually this coming Sunday night, in Rockford. And that road trip will take the Fury from Rockford to Grand Rapids 1 week from tomorrow night in La Crosse, before we wrap it up 1 week from this coming Sunday night on the 14th of March in Yakima. And the Fury on that road trip will be looking to snap an 8-game road losing streak. Fort Wayne has not won on the road since January 22nd in Quad City, and need to get some road wins and some road momentum under their belt before these playoffs get underway here in the third, make that the 4th week of March. But Fort Wayne with still some business to take care of here at home, both Saturday night and the second half of tonight's game, as La Crosse leads the Fury 45-44 here at halftime. Fury, when they trail at halftime this season, they are 8-18 on the year. La Crosse winning the first quarter, 23-20. Fury have only won 14.5 out of 47 first quarters this year, counting that tonight's action. Fury coming back, though, behind 4 free throws, 2 by Everett Gray and 2 the tiebreakers by Damon Bailey to win that second quarter, 24-22. La Crosse will have the ball to begin the second half. Heading right to left, away from their bench over these final 2 quarters. Turquin Mott running into the dressing room. Apparently he forgot his jersey. I think he took his jersey off while he was in there at halftime and forgot to put it back on as he took off his warm-up t-shirt and found he had no shirt on underneath. Keith Smart gathering his Fury Ball Club for a final round of instructions before this second half gets underway. Now here comes Mott with his jersey. He'll start the second half along with Todd Day, Fred Herzog, James Blackwell, and Mark Hendrickson, the original 5 starters for the Bobcats. And Keith Smart has been mixing up his second half starters. The last 2 games, Smart has not started the second half with his original 5 starters that he began the game with, but tonight he will. Chris Garner, Carl Thomas, Darren Hancock, Logan Vandervelden, and Mikey Moore, the Fury 5. Blackwell will walk it up. We're underway, third period. Left wing Todd Day. Thomas on him. Day backs it out. Looks for Mott in the block. Gets it down to him left corner. Mott faces up on Vandervelden. 12 to shoot. Mott comes to the middle with the right hand. Across the lane. Floats it back out to Blackwell. Out front, Herzog's jumper. Good. Brett Herzog gets Lacrosse on the board first to begin this second half. Now the Fury's first possession. Hancock, high right. Fury looking to get him on track, spinning to the basket, in traffic, put it up, rolled it off the rim, no good. And Mott has the rebound. Darren got a pretty good look, but that one just spun out on him. Mott out front. Herzog posting the block with Hancock. Darren denying it. Instead they give it up front to Blackwell. Herzog goes back door, missed the shot, and the rebound taken down by Vanderbilt. A nice aggressive post defense by Hancock that time. Made Herzog work. Left wing Mikey. Hands it back to Garner. He's picked up on the far sideline by Todd Day. Top side down to Hancock. Right wing Vanderbilt jumps up the 20-footer behind the screen. Got it. Well, Logan had 5 points early and then sat most of the remaining minutes of the first half. It's his first jump shot here in the second half, and the Fury back within one. 10:40 to play, third quarter. Blackwell takes a pick from Herzog. Jumper left wing is good. Garner got clipped by the screen, and Blackwell buried the open jumper. Garner driving the basket on Blackwell. He put it up and he put it in. Well, Chris going coast to coast for his first two of the night. And you've seen Garner do that as of late. When an opponent hits a jumper on him, he'll race the other end. Now after the Fury steal, he'll race the other end and lay it in again. And the Fury have their first lead since 2-0 to start this ball game. 2 layups by Garner, the second off a steal. Turquin Mott is still screaming at the official Jason Phillips. Fury have the lead. Day backs on Thomas. Flipped up the shot, good, but they're going to call the foul way before the shot on Carl, his fourth. Team's first. Carl saddled with foul trouble. Played 12 minutes in that first half, but he's picked up his fourth foul here very early in this third quarter, 9:53 to play. We'll see how long Keith Smart will go with Thomas. Artie Griffin, his backup, did not score in that first half. After scoring 15 off the bench Tuesday night. Blackwell up top. Looking for Mott. Posting on Vanderbilt in the lane. Backs him down. Fakes. Vanderbilt off his feet. Draws the contact and the foul. Mott very patient, and he picks up the second foul on Vanderbilt. Second on the Fury here in the period. Everett Gray's going to come in for Fort Wayne. And he's on for Carl Thomas. Every Fury substitution this season, Champion Replacement Windows will make a donation to the Catholic Charities of Fort Wayne. Champion Windows, the leader in providing replacement windows in Fort Wayne. And when the Fury makes a replacement, Catholic Charities is guaranteed to win, courtesy of Champion Replacement Windows. Mott hits the first free throw to tie the game at 50. He is 5 for 5 tonight. All 5 of his points have come from the line. At 18 points and 6 rebounds Monday night in the loss to Grand Rapids. One more, up and good. And the Bobcats have regained the lead on Turquin Mott's free throws. Hancock will move over and play the 2 guard with Thomas on the bench and Everett Gray in there. Forced the bounce pass into Mikey, double team, collected, missed the short shot, and Mott's got the board. Mikey turned and glared at the official. Mott racing to the other end, meanwhile, gets to Day. His left pull-up baseline jumper is an air ball. Logan's got the rebound. To Hancock, who hands to Garner. Well, Mikey and Hancock have both struggled tonight on the offensive end. Garner working against Blackwell to the basket, leaves it for Mikey. Right block. Taking his time, 6 to shoot. Mikey backing. Wheels toward the baseline, up and under on Mott, lays it up and in. Well, we talked about Mott's patience in drawing the foul on Vanderbilt, and that time Mikey had patience. Back cutting Day, lays it up and in. Off the nice back cut bounce pass from Herzog. And Lacrosse back on top. 53-52. Garner jumps it up top of the key. He got it. And Garner's got 6 points. 6 of the Fury 8. 6 of the Fury 10 now in this period. 54-53. Fury back up by 2 in the quarter. And 1 in the ballgame. Hendrickson ends that as he hits the right side shot over Mikey. Well, both teams shooting under 43% in the first half, but very hot shooting so far in this third quarter. Garner had his layup blocked. They came the other way with it, but Hancock has the steal. Look away to Mikey. He dunks it down on the 2-hand jam off the look-away feed from Hancock. And the Fury back on top. Back and forth we go. $10 more donated to benefit the Fort Wayne Boys and Girls Clubs, courtesy of Glenbrook Dodge on that dunk. Blackwell got by Garner. The Fury closed out front to Mott. He'll hoist up the three. It's short, but the rebound carries right to Day. The Fury just got caught standing. Mott picks up the loose ball. He'll try the three again. This time he drills it. Boy, you cannot tolerate that. Mott put up the three way short, but the Fury just stood and watched the rebound carry right to Todd Day. And Mott getting a second chance on the three, buried it. 58-56. Lacrosse up 2. 7:20 to play. Garner, left side jumper. That one's short. First miss of the period. And now Mikey Moore and Mott getting tangled up in backcourt. In the front court, Todd Day left alone for three right side. He missed it. Hendrickson ripped the rebound out of the air. Put the shot up short. Mikey got a piece. And Gray has the rebound. Well, Mott and Mikey Moore got really tangled up after that Fury miss. We'll keep an eye on that. Mikey's got to be careful. He was ejected Tuesday night. They go right to Mikey in the right block. Looks at Jason Phillips. Backing on Mott now. 8 to shoot. Mikey backing. Wheeling. Put it up. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2. Well, you've got to play and let the officials officiate and just play. Mikey stopped in mid-move and glared at the official, Jason Phillips. You've got to play. And just let the officials do what they've got to do. Before Mikey shoots these free throws, we're going to have a timeout, Fort Wayne. The Fury trail by 2, 58-56. 6:47 to play, third period. We'll have more after this on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. 6:47 to play here, third quarter at the Coliseum. Fury trail by 2 to Lacrosse, 58-56. Fans, if you want to get up to date on all the latest Fury information, call the McLeod USA Fury Information Line at 471-3879. Line is active weekends and after 5 p.m. on weekdays. And while we're speaking of all things official, Bank Shots is the official newsletter of the Fury, sponsored by National City Bank. Call the Fury office at 471-3879 to find out how to get your copy of Bank Shots. Well, James Blackwell picked up the Lacrosse foul right before the break. His second, the team's first. Mikey Moore will shoot 2. Mikey and Turquin Mott have been waging physical war down in the blocks when they've both been on the floor at the same time. And Mikey actually, before drawing this foul on Blackwell, stopped in mid-move and glared at one of the officials. Now Mikey shooting 2, trying to tie the game. He hits the first. 15 points for Mikey. He leads all scorers. One more can tie the ball game and give the Fury a 1-point lead in the period. 6:47 to play here in the third. Mikey bends the knees. Flipped up the second. That one is going to kick off the rim. And Mott has the rebound taken away by Chris Garner. Now they're cutting Darren Hancock. He lost the handle on the way up, and the Fury turn it over. Blackwell, as he heads into front court, is fouled by Everett, stopping the 3-on-2 break. That's the first on Everett and the third on the Fury. 58-57. Fury within 1. Quarter point is tied at 13. Fury showing some three-quarter pressure. They inbound in backcourt to Todd Day, and he'll bring it up. Day working top of the circle against Hancock. Gives to Herzog, popping out right wing. Herzog looking in deep, jumps up the 20-footer instead. It's short. The rebound tacks out to the free throw line, and Everett scoops it in. Hands to Garner, brings it across the line. Garner picked up his dribble in a bad spot. Now looking for help. Still looking for help. Lobs in the left corner to Everett. 12 to shoot. Everett backing in one-on-one against Todd Day. Tucks it in the traffic, put it up and in, and they're going to call a travel. Wave it off. Wave off the basket. That's the 7th Fury turnover. Actually make it the 8th on our Rutsmore transmission turnover update. Lacrosse with 5. Blackwell with 6 minutes to go in the third. Jumps it up from the foul line. Kicks no good. Rebound goes right to Fred Herzog in the left corner. Into Mott. Picked up by Vandervelden. Mott spins by him. Down the baseline, fake. Logan blocked the shot, and Everett's got the rebound. Ahead to Garner, got behind the defense. Power shot up and in. Garner just kept Blackwell on his hip and scooped it up and in. Chris has all 8 of his points here in the third. And the Fury back on top. 5:32 to play. Third quarter. Blackwell into Mott. Played by Vandervelden. He's double teamed. Back out front, Herzog. Left alone from 20 feet, top of the key. Shot is short, and Hancock up high to get the rebound. Well, he soared up to get that one. Clears to Garner. Left wing Everett. Takes the 3 to the basket. Gets to Vandervelden cutting. He puts up the shot short, and the rebound taken in by Herzog. Boy, Logan really pulled the string on that shot. He put it up short from 4 feet. Herzog trying to force a pass into Day, wide open. Hancock was lurking. He's got the steal. Darren on the run. Left wing Garner sets his feet. Jump pass into Everett. He didn't shoot the three. Everett turned his back. Thought Garner was going to shoot, and the pass went right off Everett's back and out of bounds. Both teams looking incredibly sloppy here offensively in this third quarter. But the Fury have a 1-point lead. 4:45 to play in the third. Blackwell looking for Mott. Bounces down to him. 8 to shoot. Blackwell down the, or Mott rather, down the baseline. Triple team. Forces up a tough shot in traffic, and he put it in. Oh, what a tough shot by Turkland Mott. He's got 11. And it's 60-59. Lacrosse back on top. Garner, left of the circle. Takes a pick from Mikey. Picked up by Mott on the switch. Now left alone. They go around the horn in the corner to Hancock. Darren in low to Mikey with 6 to shoot. Look for the double team. Out front to Hancock. Left wing Garner. In the corner, Logan for 3. Bang! He got it! Second Logan 3 of the night. He's got 10 points. And the Fury up 2. Great ball movement by the Fury that time. They used all but 1 of the 24 seconds on that possession. Mott double team. They have to give it up. Out front, Herzog. He gives it up. In the corner, Blackwell. Picked up by Vandervelde. 8 to shoot. Blackwell drives across the lane. Bounce pass to Henderson. Had his shot blocked, but got his own rebound. Out to Day for 3. He missed it long. Rebound picked out of the air by Hancock. Darren in the lane quickly to Garner. Dribble up. Shot short, but a foul called as Garner's thrown to the floor. And he'll shoot 2. Foul on Todd Day, his second. Just the second Lacrosse foul in this period. Courtney James checking in for Vandervelde, who gets a nice hand from the fans and a high five from his head coach, Keith Smart. Courtney had 8 points off the bench in the first half. Chris Garner shooting 2 for the Fury. He's got all 8 of his points in this third period. First free throw up, no good. Now Matt Fish will come on for Lacrosse, replacing Turquin Mott. Mott checks out with 11 points. 7 here in the period. Fish had 11 points in the second quarter. One more free throw for Chris Garner, an 80%er since he joined the Fury. Hits the second to split the pair, and the Fury have a 3-point lead, which is their biggest of the night. Lacrosse has led throughout most of this ball game. 3:28 to go, third quarter. Fury lead the quarter point by 4. Herzog, jumper top of the key, lost it on the way up. Everett got the strip, and ahead, he threw it away. Pass went too far. Blackwell was back there. Now it's a 3-on-1. Everett is back. Day into Herzog, and Garner races back to give up the foul. They'll make Herzog earn it. Another careless Fury pass. Garner will check out with 9 points all here in the period, and Damon Bailey comes on to replace him. That's the first foul on Garner as he takes his seat. 4th foul on the Fury here in the period. Only been 6 fouls called total between these two clubs in this third quarter. Herzog shooting 2. 69%er on the year. It's the first. One more can make it a 1-point game. Herzog began the year in Quad City, traded early in the season to Lacrosse. Switches the seconds. 63-62. Bailey will bring it up against Blackwell's pressure. 3 minutes and change. 3:05 to go, third quarter. Damon cut off at the foul line by Blackwell. Picked up his dribble, gets it right back to Courtney out front. Blackwell poked it loose, and they're going to call him for the foul. Up too tight. That's the third foul on Blackwell, just the third foul on Lacrosse. And they're going to call a timeout. Will Lacrosse before the Fury inbound. 2:58 to go, third quarter. Fury with a 1-point lead and the ball when we return in 60 seconds on Sports Radio 1380. The game. Rob Brown back at the Coliseum. 2:58 to go, third quarter. The Fury clinging to a 1-point lead over Lacrosse, 63-62. We take a look at our Icon Office Solutions quick copy stat update for this third quarter. Fury, after shooting 42% in the first half, shooting 62% so far here in the third, 8 out of 13. Lacrosse just 35% shooting, 6 out of 17. Fury 1 for 1 behind the arc. Lacrosse 1 out of 3. Fort Wayne 2 for 4 from the foul line. Lacrosse 4 out of 4. Icon Office Solutions, your place for all of your networking equipment and outsourcing needs. Fort Wayne with Damon Bailey, Darren Hancock, Everett Gray, Courtney James, and Mikey Moore out there. Lacrosse with James Blackwell, Todd Day, Fred Herzog, Mark Hendrickson, and Matt Fish. James Blackwell picked up that foul. Third on Lacrosse of the team. The Fury have 4. Bailey working against Blackwell. Stop and go down the baseline. Put up the eye-arcing shot over Herzog. He got it. Just a good one-on-one stop and go move by Bailey. He's got 6. And the Fury lead back to 3. 65-62. They lead the quarter by 4. Blackwell picked up his dribble. High right. Top side today. They lob it into Fish. He's doubled immediately. Double team. Back out to Blackwell. Right side jumper. Good. Nice kick out pass by Fish. 2-man action between Blackwell and Fish that time. Blackwell's got 8. And it's 65-64. Bailey. Right wing to Hancock. Gets by Todd Day to the basket. Lost on the way up. Day able to save it. It goes off the foot of Gray and out of bounds. Hancock saying he was fouled as he went to the basket, but he has had some tough goings here in the last game and a half. Lacrosse can take the lead with a bucket. 2:05 to play in the third. In the Day. Double teamed right corner. Now the Fury recover defensively. Hancock plays him one-on-one. Day still backing. Tries to tough up and under. Shot too strong and Mikey's got the board. Hancock was right up in his shirt the entire time. Inside 2 minutes to go, third period. Bailey picked up at the foul line. Hang, 12-footer, good. 4 straight points by Bailey. Got the last 4 Fury points, and the Fort Wayne back up 3. 1:35 to play third quarter. Fury will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. Blackwell gets to Hendrickson rolling, shuffled his feet as James closed out on him. They give it up top to Herzog. His jumper's off the mark, and Courtney goes up high to get the board. Clears to Bailey. Ahead to Everett, 1-on-3. He'll wait for help. Makes the shot, floats it into Courtney on the right baseline. Back to Everett. 15 to shoot. Courtney over to set the pick. Everett takes it, double team. His pass deflected though and picked out of the air by Blackwell. Right side Day. Finds Herzog all by himself on the baseline. He lays it in. Herzog off the feed from Day, and it's 67-66. Inside a minute to go. Third quarter. Fury up 1, up 2 in the quarter point. Both teams have a foul to give here in the final minute. Bailey far sideline trying to set the pick and roll up with Mikey. Mikey can't get over to set the pick. Now he does. James picked up his dribble. Right side Hancock. He's got to jump it up to beat the shot clock, and he does from the right wing. Missed it wide left, and they're going to call a shot clock violation on the Fury. Hancock's shot missed everything but the backboard. Now Lacrosse will have the basketball with 39.4 seconds to go in the third, and a chance to tie the quarter and grab the lead in the ball game. 67-66. Fort Wayne up 1, up 2 in the quarter point. Here we have a foul to give. Blackwell drives on Bailey in the lane, twisting, kicks it back out to Day, sets his feet, fires the 3, he missed it, and Courtney's got the board. Shot clock virtually in sync with the game clock as Lacrosse went for the quarter lead on Day's 3, he missed it. And now the Fury can pretty much play for 1. Bailey dribbling out front, played by Blackwell. 9 seconds to go in the quarter, now 8, now 7. Damon's still out front dribbling. Turns the corner to the basket. Missed the shot. No, he flipped it over to Courtney. He's fouled on his way up, and he'll shoot 2 with 1.1 seconds to go. That foul's going to go to Matt Fish. That's Fish's second. First Lacrosse foul in the last 2 minutes. Courtney James shooting 2 for the Fury. 2 would give them a sealant of the quarter point. Missed the first free throw. That's a dead ball. Fish came lunging across the lane like he was in college. And Courtney was shooting a 1-on-1. But James will have 1 more. With the Fury up 2 in the period. And up 1 in the game. And he rolled that one good. Lacrosse needs a 3 to tie the quarter. They'll call timeout. And try and set up a play. We'll stay right here during this timeout. We've taken our breaks for this third quarter, so we'll stay right here with 1.1 seconds to go. And the Fury up 3 in the quarter, up 2 in the ball game. 68-66 is our score. I see the Wholesome Girls down there entertaining during this timeout. Wholesome Girls, the official dance team of the Fury, proudly sponsored for the 3rd consecutive year by the folks at Wholesome Bakeries. Well, we mentioned that this is Game 2 of this 3-game homestand. We'll be in here for the wrap-up of the homestand Saturday night when the Fury take on the Grand Rapids Hoops at 7:05. Tickets available for that one by calling the Coliseum Ticket Office for information at 483-1111 or charge tickets by phone at 424-1811. Last time Grand Rapids was in here, that was on February 25th. Fury won that game 84-79 and in the process set a franchise record for fewest points allowed in holding Grand Rapids under 80 points. 1.1 seconds to go. Third quarter, Fury up 3 in the period, up 2 in the ball game. Lacrosse trying to set up a play for a 3 to tie the quarter points. Fort Wayne will have the ball to start the fourth quarter as soon as we conclude with the third. And presume Lacrosse will take it at half court, and they will. Have to really be conscious of Todd Day and his three-point shooting ability. Blackwell can also shoot it, as can Herzog occasionally. Herzog will be the inbounder with 1.1 seconds to go in the third. Far sideline. Takes a look, still looking. Gives to Day, fades, 3 right side is short. Fish tried to redirect it in the hoop, but that was after the buzzer. And the Fury win the period, 24-21. They'll take a 2-point lead and have the basketball when we begin the fourth quarter. Up points leads the Fury after 3 periods. Matt Fish and Turk Mott each with 11 to lead Lacrosse. Fury shot 59% in the period, 10 out of 17. Lacrosse 35%, 8 out of 23. Here we go. Damon Bailey will walk it up for the Fury out there with Artie Griffin, who did not play in the third quarter, Courtney James, Everett Gray, and Mikey Moore. Jermaine Geis, who had 6 points in the second period, plays Bailey. Damon lobs it left corner to Mikey. Backs in on Hendrickson, 10 to shoot. Waits for the double team, spins toward the baseline, fall away shot short, and Dante Jones has the rebound. Boy, Mikey just 6 of 11 now from the floor, and most of his converted field goals have been dunks. Right wing Todd Day lobs it into Fish. The pass too far. It's going to trickle out of bounds. Back to the Fury. Lacrosse beginning this period with Jermaine Geis, Dante Jones, Todd Day, Mark Hendrickson, and Matt Fish. Into Courtney quickly. Backing on Fish. Out to Gray. Back to Griffin. Back to Gray. Everett looking in for Mikey. Mikey down there wrestling with Hendrickson. Everett puts up the 3. It's wide of the mark, and Day has the rebound. Racing into front court quickly. Runs in the corner to Jones. His 3 up and good. Oh, Dante Jones hit that one right in front of Fury assistant coach Clifford Ray. Turned and said something to him. And Lacrosse has the lead as Jones gets the first points on the board in this fourth quarter for the Bobcats. 69-68. Bailey jumps it into Mikey. He's bumped and fouled as he made his catch. That's on Mark Hendrickson. His second, the team's first. And Hendrickson a little confused, and I don't blame him, as Hendrickson and Mikey were absolutely sumo wrestling in the previous possession. No foul was called. That time Hendrickson was called for the bump. New 24 for the Fury. They trail by 1. Bailey with Geis up tight on the high left. Damon. And Geis up too tight on the hand check. He'll pick up the foul. That's his 4th. And the second on the Bobcats quickly. 10:42 to go in this ball game, and the Fury down 1. Still looking for their first points here in the fourth. Inbound out front to Damon, again on the high left, again played by Geis. Damon picked up his dribble. Into Mikey, working on Hendrickson. Backs it out front to Artie. Back to Damon, back to Mikey. Wheeling in on Hendrickson. Cut off, out front Artie, puts up the 3 ball. Bang! He got it! Well, that's a shooter's mentality as Artie Griffin, 0 for 3 in the first half, 0 for 2 behind the arc. Hits his first shot here in the fourth, a 3 to give the Fury the lead back at 71-69. Day dribbles behind the screen, he's double teamed. In low to Fish, lost the handle, got it back. Out front to Geis, he'll put up the 3, and he got it. Now 3-point shootout so far in this fourth quarter. First Dante Jones for Lacrosse, then Griffin for the Fury, then Geis for Lacrosse. And the Bobcats back on top, 72-71. Courtney in the right corner with 10 to shoot. Backs it out front to Damon. 8 to shoot. Damon working. Mikey over to set the pick. Damon turns the corner, hangs in the lane, and he hits the little teardrop from 10 feet. 10 points for Damon. He now the third Fury player into double figures. And that's our first non-3-point field goal by either club here in this fourth quarter. 73-72. Fury back on top. Day drives the lane, fades to his left and hits the tough shot. Todd Day with 9. And it's 73-74. Everett drives the basket on Dante Jones. He puts it up, rolled it no good. And Jones clears away the rebound. Here comes Day up the right wing. The pull-up three is no good. Quick shot, and Mikey Moore has the board for the Fury. 9 minutes to play. And the Fury down 1. Damon faked the three, behind the screen, drives the basket. Finger roll up and in. He's got 12. And it's 75-74. Fury back on top. Damon's got 4. The Fury 7 here in the period. Day, stop and go, drive on Griffin. Hangs in the lane. Tough shot off the glass, no good. But Damon chases down the loose rebound in the corner. Through the traffic, gets it ahead to Griffin, and he's fouled in backcourt as he made the pass. We have a technical foul where? On Todd Day, I believe. He'll get the tee and the personal. Third foul on Todd Day. Third on the Bobcats. And in a tight game like this, you cannot let your emotions get the best of you. Day will get the tee. He's wanting to know what he said. Damon will shoot the tee. Up and good. 13 points for Bailey. 5 here in the quarter. And Hendrickson and Day will depart for La Crosse. Turquin Mott back in there, and we get our first second half look at Bubba Wells, who was scoreless in that first half. Fury ball with a 2-point lead. Damon on the far sideline. Picked up his dribble. In the block to Courtney. Got by Fish. Reverse layup up and in. Fish had his back turned, and Damon delivered the pass almost like a wide receiver on a timing route. Courtney, after the pass had been thrown, turned around and laid it in. And the Fury have a 4-point lead, which is amazingly is their biggest of the night. Mott backs on Mikey. Tries the up and under. Now fades, and he travels. Well, Mott's been able to draw fouls with that up and under on the head fake. But that time, Mikey did not bite, and he forced the turnover. Everett, right side, looks in for Mikey. He wants the basketball. Takes it right block against Mott. Spins toward the baseline. Jump hook up and in. And Mike Mossick, the La Crosse head coach, has seen enough. Fury has scored 7 straight. They've got a 6-point lead. Their biggest of the night. 80-74 our score. 7:50 to go. We'll take a break and be right back on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Well, Scott's Foods, Fort Wayne's best shopping value guarantee, believes that some things in sports should be guaranteed. That's why all Fury autographs will be free and readily available courtesy of Scott's and the Scott's Autograph booth, located either in the Coliseum lobby or down on the court after every Fury home game. Fort Wayne on a 7-0 run. They've grabbed a 6-point lead, their biggest of the night. Jermaine Guy sets it up left of the circle for La Crosse after the timeout. Takes a pick from Fish, now gives to Fish, rolling to the basket. Mikey blocks the shot. Threw him to the floor. The Fury has the ball heading the other way, but they're going to call Mikey for the foul. That's a good call, too. A little late, but that was the correct call. Mikey blocked the shot, but he got some extra elevation by putting a hand in the middle of Fish's back. Second foul on Mikey. First on the Fury here in the period. La Crosse with 3 team fouls. Fish shooting 2. He is 1 out of 2 tonight. Bobcats 11 of 12 from the line tonight. The Fury 13 out of 20. Fish, first one up, no good. Spun out on him. And he's still looking for his first points here in the second half. Turquin Mott just turned and said something to the Fury bench as Fish hits the second free throw. That snaps the Fury run at 7-0 and brings the Bobcats within 5 at 80-75. Bailey on the far sideline. Bounces into Courtney. He got behind Fish, and he dunks it down with the right hand. Well, Fish got the better of that matchup in the first half, but in this fourth quarter, it's been the rookie Courtney James with the upper hand. Courtney's got 13 off the bench, and the Fury lead is 7, their biggest. In the corner, Mott. Left corner jumper, good. Mikey left him alone, and Mott drained it. He's got 13. And it's 82-77. Damon, right side to Everett, puts up the 3 over Jones, is short, and Fish up high to get the board. Quickly clears to Geis. Across the line, swings it on the wing to Bubba Wells, drives on Artie. Artie holds his ground. Wells still backing. Now he'll bring it out. Still has the dribble. Gives to Mott in the corner, and the Fury are illegal. Fury illegal on the weak side. That's going to be a warning on the Fury. With that whistle, the Fury would like to remind you that in the game of life, an illegal defense call can result in more than just a warning. Next time your team gets caught out of position, consult Harold Myers, the legal official. 424-8223. Courtney James is going to check out, getting some attention to his hand. Eric Wilson comes in for him. Mott in the lane, tries the up and under. Wilson blocked it from the backside. They're going to call the foul. Oh, my goodness. That's 4 on Eric. And the second on the Fury. Well, Courtney James, who was playing so well for Fort Wayne, had to check out. Getting some attention to his hand. We can't see which hand it is. And Turquin Mott shooting 2 for La Crosse. They lead the game by 5 and the quarter by 3. Mott, first one up, and it rolls no good. It's his first miss tonight. He was 6 out of 6 before that miss. And he'll stroll in and look at the rim, trying to figure out what happened there. One more for Mott. Up and good. 14 points for Turquin Mott, including the last 3 La Crosse points. And it's 82-78. 4-point Fury lead, 6:25 to play. Bailey on the far sideline. Lobs it in low for Everett, and as Mikey came across the lane, he was hip-checked by Dante Jones, and they called Jones for the foul. That's his second and the team's 4th. New shot clock for the Fury with 6:23 to go. And Courtney James getting all sorts of attention down the Fury bench. We'll update you on that as soon as we get a chance. Bailey on the far sideline, looking for Mikey in the block. They get it down to him. Mikey facing up on Mott, backing in the lane, double team. Pass across the lane was tipped. Loose on the floor. Dante Jones has it. Has numbers ahead of the play. Bubba Wells will go to the basket and he'll dunk it down. Wells, his first 2. And La Crosse, after the timeout, after being down 7, they pulled to within 2. Bailey whips it to Everett. The pass goes through his fingers and out of bounds. 5:48 to play. Fury have gone almost 2 full minutes without scoring, and the Bobcats could tie the game with a bucket right here. Geis into Jones. Fadeaway left side is good. And Jones has tied this ball game. 8 points for Dante Jones, his first bucket from inside the arc. Right wing Griffin looking for Eric Wilson in the block. Artie drives on Bubba Wells. Big steps to the basket. Put up the shot off the glass too strong. They fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds off of Everett and back to the Bobcats. So now La Crosse has a chance to grab the lead. Geis out front. Jones loads up the 3 top of the key. Missed it. And the rebound tapped up by Mott. He kept it alive. Gives to Bubba Wells. Now to Fish. Hands to Geis. He jump passes into Jones. Backing on Everett. Fades. Shoots. Missed it long. And Wilson has the board. Inside 5 minutes to go. We're all tied. Bailey forced to pass into Mikey. Deflected. Mikey ran it down. Now Damon floats a pass to Artie. Left wing for 3. Bang! He got it. Big shot for the microwave. He breaks the tie. Just his second bucket of the night, his second 3. And it's 85-82 with 4:33 to go. Geis gives it back out front to Mott. He'll hoist up the 3 ball. He got it to tie the game. 17 for Turquin Mott. 85-85. Mott answers the Griffin 3 with a 3 of his own. Bailey, right wing to Griffin. He'll try the 3 again. Oh, that was in the bottom and popped out. Fish has the board. Wells fell down and gave Griffin an open look. And now Mikey and Turquin Mott wrestle to the floor. And a whistle stops play. What do we got? We're going to have a foul on Mikey. That's his 3rd. Team's 3rd. 4:04 to play. We're tied. And they're going to take some time to wipe the floor up. Courtney James is down there getting, it looks like, his middle finger and ring fingers taped together on his right hand. La Crosse wants a 20-second timeout with 4:04 to go. We will stay right here. 85-85 is our score. The Bobcats lead the period by 2. And we're all tied up. And spring and summer are closer than you think, so why not prepare by getting in shape? The Fitness Connection has all the equipment and services you need to get there. stop by the newly remodeled Fitness Connection located in Riviera Plaza off of St. Joe Center Road, or call 486-4233 to find out about memberships as low as $17 per month. That's the best value in town. Arnie Griffin's three gave the Fury a 3-point lead, but Turquin Mott came right back to bury a three of his own to tie the game. Now Mikey Moore picking up the foul, his third. New shot clock for the Bobcats. Geist out front, takes a pick from Fish. Fury double teaming. Out front to Mott, fakes the three on Mikey, drives. Left wing Bubba Wells tries to drive on Griffin. Already tied him up. And we're going to have a jump ball between Artie Griffin and Bubba Wells at the lacrosse foul line. Griffin 6'4", Wells 6'5". Wells with two titanium rod in each one of his legs and his tibias after fighting through numerous stress fractures during his college career at Austin Peay. Jason Phillips letting all the big guys get set there. Now we'll jump it up, and the tip is back tapped and controlled by the Bobcats. Inside 4 minutes. Geist, double team, gives a Fish at the foul line. In deep to Mott. He fakes, he hangs. Fury blocked the shot. Mott ran it down in the corner. 12 to shoot. Mott still has it. Played by Wilson with 8 to shoot. Mott drives, falls back, 14-footer good. Turquin Mott. He's got 19 in the ball game. And it's a 2-point lacrosse lead. Into Gray. Everett, left block, double team, back out to Damon, fakes the three, left wing Griffin, he'll fire up the three, bang! He got it again! The microwave for three, his third three in the period. And the Fury up one. Mott runs into Mikey Moore, offensive foul, Mikey made the flop. Mikey flopped and got one. I'm not so sure about that, but Mikey flopped and drew the foul on Turquin Mott, his third. What a big play right there. Artie's three, meaning $33 donated to benefit the Busy Nurses and Hospice Center from Three Rivers Federal Credit Union. Courtney James with his fingers taped has come back in for the Fury, replacing Eric Wilson. Inside 3 minutes to go, and the Fury up one. Bailey in left block to Everett. Lost his footing coming in and turned it over. Here come the Bobcats down one. Guys setting up right of the circle. In low to Mott, why not? He's been the hot man in this fourth quarter for lacrosse. Backs in on Mikey. Fury double team. Fish down the lane. Goes to the basket, puts it up, rimmed it out, but he drew the foul. And he'll shoot two. That was in the bottom and popped out. The fourth foul of the game on Mikey Moore. Fourth on the Fury. We have a timeout, Fort Wayne. 2:37 to go. They lead by one. Back with more in 60 seconds on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Well, a very tight ball game. The Fury lead by one, 88-87, with 2:37 to play here at the Coliseum. Take a peek at our Icon Office Solutions quick copy stat update for this fourth quarter. Fury shooting 57% in the period, 8 out of 14. Lacrosse 62%, 8 out of 13. Fury 3 for 6 behind the arc. That's been Artie Griffin hitting actually all three of those. Lacrosse 3 out of 4 behind the arc. Fury 1 for 1 from the line, and Lacrosse 2 out of 4. And speaking of the foul line, Lacrosse will be there as we resume play. Matt Fish at the line. .237 to go. Matt Fish at the line, shooting two. Bubba Wells was checked out, and Todd Day has come back on for Lacrosse. Fish is 2 for 4 tonight. Jason Phillips lecturing Turquin Mott, it looks like, before we shoot this first of two Matt Fish free throws. 2:37 to go. Fish. First one up, no good. Needs one more to tie it. Damon Bailey, Artie Griffin, Courtney James, Mikey Moore, and Everett Gray, the Fury 5. One more for Fish. That one is no good as well. And the rebound fought for, taken in by Mott. Bailey blocked, actually James blocked the shot, and now they're going to call a foul. Fury did not block out, and it cost him. Third foul on Courtney James, fifth on the Fury. So now Mott will shoot two, and Lacrosse has to like their chances a little bit more. Fish now 2 out of 6, but Mott is 7 out of 8. taking his time getting to the line. Mott has 19 points to lead all scorers. 8 of the 21 lacrosse points here in this fourth quarter. Mott taking his time at the line, shooting 2. Puts up the first, missed it. Keith Smart telling his club to block out. Mott with a wrap on his thumb, and he'll take that off. Still kind of shaking his right thumb. Toss that thing off there. One more for Mott, trying to tie the game with 2:34 to go. Up and good. 20 points for Turquin Mott. And it's 88-88. Bailey out front. Double team by Fish and Geis. Picked up his dribble. Out front to Courtney. Hands back to Bailey. 11 to shoot. 2:15 to go. Damon out behind the arc with 5 to shoot. Drive. Jump pass to Courtney. Down the baseline. Tries to wrap around on Fish. Missed it. Got it back. Shot clock sounds. That's his 24-second violation. Well, Fish held his ground and forced the 24-second violation on the Fury. Now the ball will go back to the Bobcats with the game tied. 88-88. 2:05 to play here at the Coliseum. Fury over the foul limit. They go in the right corner to Fish. Played by Courtney. Courtney needs a defensive stop of his own. Fish's baseline jumper is no good. And Everett secures the board. Wanted to bring it up himself. Now he leaves it for Bailey. 1:45 to play and we're all tied. Lacrosse has a foul to give during the final 2 minutes. Damon dribbling out front, takes a pick from Everett. Now double team, in low to Everett, 4 to shoot to the cutter Mikey. He wheels down the baseline, twisting, fouled as the shot clock hit 0. That was pretty tight. But Mikey drew the foul on Todd Day as the shot clock buzzer sounded. I didn't think he was going to be able to get that off. 4th on Day. Lacrosse now over the foul limit as well. 1:31 to go. And Mikey shooting 2 with the game tied. 2 big free throws right here. Mikey's 3 out of 4 tonight. First one up, good. Switched it. 18 points for Mikey. Chris Garner will come on for the Fury, replacing Damon Bailey. Chris with 9 points rather in that pivotal third period, where the Fury grabbed their first lead since early in the ballgame, actually 2-0. It's been back and forth since. Mikey, one more free throw, trying to give the Fury a 2-point lead with 91 seconds to go. Second one up. That one is short. And James came up Fish's back and committed the foul. That's not a smart play by Courtney. That's his 4th. And now we'll walk to the other end as the Fury are over the limit. And Matt Fish will shoot 2. Bailey back in for Garner. Well, Fish had inside position. Courtney might have been better off just to let him go. Fish, however, is 2 of 6 from the line, and he needs both to put the Bobcats back on top. Sets, fires the first, and he got it. Rolled it over to the front of the rim. 13 for Matt Fish after he had 4 points and was just 1 for 7 from the floor on Monday night. Bubba Wells coming on for Lacrosse. Dante Jones checks out. And now pulling a little switcheroo there. Fury and Lacrosse trying to set up their free throw matchups. Courtney James following Turquin Mott wherever he goes. And now they'll make him stay put. Mott wanted to match up with Mikey Moore alongside the foul line, but Courtney just kept following him. Finally made everyone stop and stand still. One more for Fish, trying to give Lacrosse the lead. Crowd will try and distract him. Second one up, that one's no good. And Artie's got the rebound. So both the Fury and Lacrosse go 1 for 2 from the line. We're all tied at 89. 1:22 to go, and the Fury have the ball now. Bailey drives on Bubba Wells. Down the baseline, cut off. Gives to the cutter, Everett. Twist, put it up, and missed it short. Everett thrown to the floor, and Mott has the rebound. 1:10 to go. Everett glaring at the official, Jason Phillips, all the way up the floor. Now the Fury need to stop. Geis in the left corner, Mott. 12 to shoot. Mott facing up on Mikey. Mikey holds his ground. Mott gives him a head fake. Spins in the lane. Jump hook up short. And they're going to call a foul after the Fury had the rebound and headed up the floor. Oh, my goodness. 55 seconds to go. Mikey Moore called for the foul, his fifth. 55 seconds to go, and Turquin Mott shooting 2. Well, all the scoring has been from the foul line for both clubs. Nobody's had a field goal, and La Crosse wants a timeout. Nobody's had a field goal since the 3:19 mark. We've got 55 seconds to go. The game is tied. Turquin Mott shooting 2 for La Crosse when we return in 60 seconds on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Well, fans, even losers or winners at Sports Spectrum. Losing bet tickets may be redeemed for $2 off any Fury single-game regular season ticket. Sports Spectrum, your place for live horse racing from across the country. But there's more than just ponies at Sports Spectrum. They've got satellite packages covering all the games the networks don't show. So stop by Sports Spectrum, located in Fort Wayne, the Cross Creek Center behind Builders Square. Darren Hancock has come on for the Fury, replacing Everett Gray. Turquin Mott shooting 2 for La Crosse. 55 seconds to go. We're all tied at 89. I mentioned right before the break, neither team is connected from the floor since Artie Griffin hit a 3 for the Fury with 3:19 to go to give them an 88-87 lead. Mott on the night is 8 out of 10 from the line. He's got 20 points in the ballgame, leads all scorers. 2 big ones right here. La Crosse leads the quarter score by 2. First one up, good. One more for Turquin Mott. He's got 10 points in the period. You're going to need a block out on a miss. La Crosse has got some second chance on some free throw misses of their own. And Mott hits the second. There is no rebound. 2-point La Crosse lead. 55 seconds to go. Fury down 2, 91-89. Both teams over the foul limit. Bailey driving to the basket. Put up the shot. He drew the foul with 46 seconds to go. And the La Crosse bench can't believe it. Damon went right to the rim. You knew what he was going to do. Draw the foul, at least attempt to. Foul went to Jermaine Geis, his 5th. So Geis has 5 for La Crosse. Mikey Moore has 5 for the Fury. Damon shooting 2 with 46.1 seconds to go. First one up, good. 14 for Bailey, 6 in the final period. Dante Jones coming on for La Crosse, replacing Bubba Wells. One more for Bailey. He needs it to tie the ball game. 46.1 seconds to go. La Crosse has 1 timeout, the Fury 3. Damon hits the second. 15 for Damon. We're all tied. 46 seconds to go. Now the crowd chanting for some defense. Fort Wayne needing the stop. They've gone to Turquin Mott down the stretch. Mott overset the pick. Guys down the baseline against Bailey. Put the shot up short. Rebound fought for it. Goes off a fish and out of bounds. Back to the Fury. 32 seconds to go. Will Keith Smart sub. And before he does anything, he wants to call a timeout to think about it. 32 seconds to go. Fury will have the ball. We're all tied. We'll take our final fourth quarter break and be back on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Rob Brown back at the Coliseum. Just like to answer all of your staffing questions, Pro Resources provide you the answers in the Fury Trivia Contest. Ballots are available in the Fury program, at the Fury information booth, at the Fury office, and at Pro Resources. Drop your completed ballot in the Fury registration box located in the Coliseum lobby to become eligible for a Fury prize pack. That's the Fury Trivia Contest, sponsored by Pro Resources, located at 1728 Spy Run, or call 420-2117. Well, Fort Wayne gets the defensive stop with 32 seconds to go. They've got the ball. 91-91 the score. Chris Garner, Damon Bailey, Artie Griffin, Mikey Moore, and Courtney James, the Fury 5. Jermaine Geis, Todd Day, Bubba Wells, Turquin Mott, and Matt Fish, the La Crosse 5. Both teams over the foul limit. Fury ball. Bailey walks it in front court with 25 seconds to go. Shot clock 8 seconds ahead of the game clock. Damon on the high left, barking out the play. Played by Todd Day. Mikey overset the pick. Damon dribbles behind it, picked up his dribble, kicks it in the corner, left his feet to pass, and La Crosse steals it. And La Crosse wants timeout. Damon left his feet to pass and turned it over. Guys got the steal, and now the Bobcats call their final timeout. They've got the ball with 9.9 seconds to go, and the score tied. So the Bobcats now with a chance to win the game. Shot clock is off, and this crowd's stunned that the Fury turned it over. Well, if you're thinking about overtime, the Fury still need a stop to make that happen. Fort Wayne 3-0 this year in overtimes, 2-0 here at the Coliseum. And the Bobcats in overtime this year, they've played 3 overtime games as well. They are 1-2 in the overtime. All of their overtime games have been on the road this year. 9.9 seconds to go. Damon drove the lane, left his feet, did not have a shot, tried to kick it in the corner to Artie, but did not see Jermaine Geis waiting in the passing lane to pick up the steal. So now the Bobcats with the basketball, 9.9 seconds to go. And the score tied at 91. Fury won 4 straight here at home. Lacrosse has lost 6 straight on the road. They're 3-18 on the road this year. Fury 17-7 here at the Coliseum. Lacrosse is out of timeouts. The Fury still have 2 remaining and a 20. And like we just mentioned, both teams are over the foul limit. Mikey Moore has 5 fouls for the Fury. Jermaine Geis 5 for the Bobcats. Damon Bailey, Artie Griffin, Darren Hancock, and Courtney James will be the Fury 5. Todd Day, Fred Herzog, Mark Hendrickson, Dante Jones, and Jermaine Geis, the Lacrosse 5. Lacrosse is going to elect to take it into backcourt on the far sideline. 9.9 seconds to go. Fury need to stop. The score is tied. Dante Jones will put it in. Mikey will distract it. In backcourt to Geis. Played by Hancock. Geis across the line. 6 seconds to go. Driving. Back to Day. 3 up. And he rolled it no good. Tapped it no good. Mikey's got the rebound. Fury called timeout. But how much time left? The clock says 0.2. Are they going to put some time back up? Are they going to put any time back up? Let's see. Todd Day had a look at the 3, but he missed it. Mikey went up to get the rebound. 0.2 is all the Fury are going to get. And in that situation, all you can get is a tip. So it looks like we're going to have overtime. Damon's out there lobbying with Jason Phillips, trying to get some time put back on the clock. I don't think he's going to be successful. 0.2 seconds to go. All you can get is a tip at that point. So more than likely, we're going to have overtime here at the Coliseum with 91-91 our score and 0.2 seconds to go. All you can do is tip it in if you're the Fury. So you'll anticipate a lob at the basket and some sort of tip. You can't catch and shoot. Well, the Fury will take the ball at half court. And as we said, it looks like we're going to have overtime, as you can't get a whole lot accomplished with 0.2 of a second to go. And again, the Fury perfect in overtimes this year, 3-0. Meanwhile, Lacrosse is 1-2. So all the Fury have is a lob at the basket. Bailey will be the lobber. You assume that they'll just put it up and try and let Mikey Moore get it. But there's not a whole lot of time left. Just 0.2. Damon looking. Lobs it to the rim. Mikey tipped it over his head. The buzzer sounds. That'll do it. We will have overtime at the Coliseum for the 3rd time this year. Put 5 minutes up on the board. We'll take a 60-second break. And we'll come back with the overtime. Up next on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Each team getting 3 additional timeouts here in the overtime. 91-91 our score. Lacrosse won the 4th quarter, 25-23. And for the 3rd time this year, we'll have overtime at the Coliseum. Fury undefeated this year in the overtimes. Meanwhile, Lacrosse 1-2. Turquin Mott and Mikey Moore will jump it up here in the overtime. 5 minutes on the board. Fury played an overtime game in here last Saturday night. beating Yakima 102-94. Yakima scored the first points of the overtime. The Fury closed the overtime on an 11-1 run to win the ball game. Moore and Mott will jump it up, and the Fury win the back tap. Chris Garner, Damon Bailey, Courtney James, Mikey Moore, and Darren Hancock, the Fury 5. Garner's got it out front. Played by James Blackwell. Left wing to Hancock. Darren looking in for Courtney James. Fish came over the top to overplay and picked up the foul. That's his third. First Bobcat foul here in the overtime, and they'll reload the 24 for the Fury. James Blackwell, Todd Day, Turquin Mott, Dante Jones, and Matt Fish, the lacrosse 5. Garner, left wing to Hancock. Darren, ISO'd against Dante Jones, shuffled his feet to travel. That is the fourth Hancock turnover. And the Fury's 18th. So the ball will go back to lacrosse. Day out front, back to Blackwell. James and Fish fighting in the block. They lob it into him, right corner. Fish wheels on James and drew the foul. That's foul number 5 on Courtney. So Keith Smart's big people getting in a little bit of a danger zone now. James and Mikey Moore each with 5 fouls. For lacrosse, Jermaine Geis has 5. New shot clock for the Bobcats. Blackwell, they go right back into Fish. Courtney plays him with 5 fouls. Fish backs. Courtney holds his ground. Fish, the sky hook, short, and Courtney pulls the rebound away from Dante Jones. Hands to Garner on the run. Into front court. Looking for Bailey off the screen. Instead, they give it right wing to Hancock. Darren took a look into Mikey. Instead, gives it out front to Bailey. 9 to shoot. Damon, played by Todd Day, takes a pick from Mikey. Stop and go down the baseline. Shovels to Mikey in traffic. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2 with 3:53 to go. Fouls on Todd Day, his 5th. Second on the Bobcats. Mikey shooting 2, trying to break the tie. Both teams yet to score here in the overtime. Mikey first one up, and he missed it. Mikey now 4 out of 7 from the line. Artie Griffin coming on for Damon Bailey. Damon takes a seat with 15 points. One more free throw for Mikey Moore. Up and good. So the Fury have the first point here in the overtime. 92-91 with 3:53 to play. Blackwell left of the circle. ISO'd against Garner. Looking for Mott coming to the block. Mikey's got 5 fouls. Mott's double team. 10 to shoot. Mott. Now he backs on Mikey. Jump stop across the lane. The fall-away shot is short, and Courtney's got the rebound. Tough D by Mikey. Fury get the stop, trying to add to their lead. 3:25 to play. Garner, left wing Artie. Facing up on Todd Day. Courtney up to set the pick. Artie's double team. Picked up his dribble. Almost traveled. Out front to Hancock with 10 to shoot. Darren, one-on-one against Dante Jones. Tucks his head in. Finger roll up and in. Well, just the 5th point for Hancock, but a big bucket. He has had his problems controlling the basketball tonight, but a big bucket right there to put the Fury up 3. Lacrosse still looking for their first OT points. Blackwell in the left corner. Mott. He's doubled by Garner and Moore. Now Garner goes away. Mikey plays him 1 up. Back out to Blackwell. Back into Mott with 6 to shoot. Back on Mikey. Fakes. Tries the up and under. Mikey got a piece of the shot. The rebound fought for. Tipped to Courtney. Hancock tipped it to him. Mikey has done a great job defensively on Turpin Mott, who looks like he's just run out of gas. 2:35 to go in the overtime. Fury with the ball in a 3-point lead. Garner on the far sideline. Looking for Courtney in the block. Bounces to him left corner. 7 to shoot. Courtney. Backs on Fish. Spinning. Up and under. Off the glass. He missed it. They're going to call Fish for the foul. That's the 4th on Fish. 3rd on the Bobcats here in the OT, and Courtney James will shoot 2 free throws for the Fury. Fred Herzog and Mark Hendrickson on. Dante Jones and Turpin Mott departs. Mott just exhausted. 22 points for him. Courtney shooting 2 free throws for the Fury. He's 3 out of 5, and he hits the first. Fury have held Lacrosse scoreless for the first 2 minutes And 39 seconds of this overtime. Courtney, one more free throw. He got it. That's a big pair of free throws by Courtney James. He's got 15. And it's a 5-point Fury lead. Lacrosse has to burn a timeout. They can't get it inbound. We'll take a break. We'll take a 60-second break and be back. 2:21 to go in the overtime. And the Fury have a 5-point lead. Back with more in 60 seconds on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Well, the Fury have cranked up the defense here in the OT. 2:21 to go in the overtime, and Lacrosse is yet to score. The Fury have put 5 points on the board and lead this game by 5, 96-91. Lacrosse could not get the ball inbounded after a Courtney James free throw, a pair of free throws, I should say, by Courtney James. The Fury set up the full court pressure, and Lacrosse couldn't get it in. They had to burn a timeout. Now Garner will pressure Blackwell up the floor. 2:15 to go. Blackwell across the line. Interesting to see who they try and get the ball to with Mott on the bench. Day's in the left block posting on Griffin. Across the lane, puts up the shot in traffic, off the glass and in. Boy, tough basket by Todd Day. First Lacrosse points here in the OT. 2 minutes to go, and the Fury up 3. Garner up front. And Keith Smart wants a timeout. Is it 20 or full? It's a full timeout. So we will go ahead and take our final overtime break. If you're listening back at the studio, Paul Miller, we'll be back with more as the Fury lead by 3 here in overtime on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Rob Brown back at the Coliseum. 1:55 to go here in the overtime. Fury with a 3-point lead and the ball. Garner comes off for the Fury, and Damon Bailey's back in. 14 to shoot for Fort Wayne. They'll have it at half court. Hancock will pitch it in. Each team with a foul to give here in the final 2 minutes of the overtime. Darren looking. Out front to Bailey. Mikey sets a pick for him. Damon, pull-up shot, right wing. Missed it, no good. Courtney James is there to tip it up and in. What a big tip in by CJ. And now Bailey pressuring him backcourt. Almost got the steal. Back to a 5-point Fury lead. 1:45 to go. Blackwell left of the circle, though. It looks to Todd Day. He's got their only overtime bucket so far. Day left block. Cut off by Artie and Damon. Out front to Hendrickson. 8 to shoot. Back to Day left wing. Facing up on Griffin. 14-footer, no good. Rebound knocked out of the air. Picked up loose by Hendrickson. Now Day will reload it. Fakes. And couldn't get the 3 off. They swing it around their wing to Blackwell. Now Herzog. Baseline jumper right side, no good. Mikey tapped the rebound in the open space. They fight for it. It goes out of bounds. Where's it going to go, Derek Collins? Fury ball. Fish and James went after that one. And it was knocked out of bounds off the Herzog miss, back to the Fury. 1:12 to play here in the OT at the Coliseum. Griffin will hand it in to Bailey. Now with 70 seconds to go, up 5, the Fury will take their time. Try and grind some time off the clock. Bailey on the far sideline, Blackwell up tight. Damon driving, picked up his dribble. Now looks for help. Try to force a pass into Courtney, stolen away by Herzog. Day will have a breakaway. To the other end, he'll dunk it down. 13 for Todd Day. And Damon turns it over. Another costly turnover as he turned it over late in regulation and gave Lacrosse a chance to win the ball game. Day's got all 4 of the Lacrosse points here in the OT. 3-point Fury lead, 40 seconds to play. Damon on the far sideline. Blackwell up tight. Mikey overset the pick. Damon double teamed out front. Picks up his dribble. Gives to Artie. 4 seconds to shoot. Hancock, left wing. Has to shoot it. Fades. Baseline shot. Got it! Hancock with 29 seconds to go and 1 on the shot clock. Buries the jumper. The Fury up 5 and Lacrosse wants a timeout. Oh, what a big shot by Hancock. He had 2 big overtime jumpers in the win last Saturday versus Yakima in overtime. He hits another big shot right there. Hancock has struggled tonight, much like he did Tuesday night. But he's got 2 of the Fury's 3 field goals here in the overtime. And with 29 seconds to go, the Fury find themselves back up 5, courtesy of Hancock's jumper. And he was fading to his left, fading to his left out of bounds in the left corner. Herzog had a hand in his face, but Darren calmly drilled it as the shot clock buzzer sounded, giving the Fury a 5-point advantage with 29 seconds to go. Well, what has been another wild home game here at the Coliseum. for the Fury as they look to extend their home court winning streak to 5 games and pull within 1 win of tying the franchise record for most home wins in a season. Fury 3 for 5 from the floor here in the overtime. Lacrosse 2 out of 6. And Fort Wayne has outscored the Bobcats 9-4 here in the overtime. And be sure to stay tuned immediately following tonight's wild ball game for the Marathon National Oil postgame show. We'll have a complete look at tonight's ball game, thoughts and comments, as well as a full statistical look at tonight's contest and a peek ahead to the homestand finale Saturday night here against Grand Rapids. 29 seconds to go. Chris Garner's back in for the Fury, replacing Damon Bailey, who looks a little winded himself. We saw Turquin Mott just run out of gas. So the Fury will not shoot. 5th foul on Fish. Lacrosse is over the limit. They should be at the limit, rather. That's the first Lacrosse foul in the last 2 minutes. I'm not sure why the Fury are shooting. Well, Fort Wayne will shoot with 19.5 seconds to go. That's the 4th Lacrosse foul. Thought they had a foul to give, but apparently not. Hancock gets the free throw. That puts the Fury back up 4 with 19.5 seconds to go. One more can make it a 5-point game. Darren flies it, got it, swish. 102-97. They'll roll the ball up. The clock won't start until Blackwell touches it. He brings it across the line. They've got to hurry, down 5. Blackwell lost it going to the basket. It's going to go out of bounds, back to the Fury. Garner poked a hand in to knock it loose. And the ball will go back to the Fury. Bailey will check in for Courtney James, who came off the bench with another big ball game. They inbound to Damon. He's fouled immediately with 13.2 seconds to go. Fouls on Blackwell, his 4th. 5th on the Bobcats. Damon will shoot 2 with 13.2 seconds to go, and the Fury up 5. Stranger things have happened, but you would think that if Damon can knock both of these down, this one should be in pretty good hands. First one up, and he rolled it good. Damon 6 out of 6 tonight after going 9 for 9 Tuesday night. Dante Jones, who has 2 threes on the evening for Lacrosse, checks in. Fish checks out. Courtney James is back in for the Fury, replacing Artie Griffin. One more free throw for Bailey can make it a 7-point game and match the Fury's biggest lead of the night, and he does. 17 for Damon. 104-97. Day to the basket. Fury will concede the layup. 15 for Day. 5-point Fury lead. 9 seconds to go. Now it runs down to 7.8 before Jones gives up the foul. 3rd foul on Dante Jones. 7.8 seconds to go. 104-99. We'll walk to the other end, and Hancock will shoot 2 more for the Fury. Darren with just 3 points in regulation, but he's got 8 in the ball game, 5 in the overtime, and they've all been big. Hancock shooting 2 more. He hit 2 moments ago. 7.8 seconds to go. Up and good. One more, and he can become the 5th Fury player in double figures, looking for his 10th point, his 7th here in the OT. Flips it up. Got it. 106-99. Herzog into Hendrickson. Gives to Blackwell. He'll drive to the basket. Shovels to Day. Lays it up and in with 3.6 seconds to go. Fury conceding the other 2-pointer. They inbound to Garner. He'll get by the traffic. Hands back to Bailey. That'll do it. Buzzer sounds, and the Fury win their 4th overtime game of the year. They're undefeated in the overtime. They win their 5th straight here on the home court. 106-101 the final. Fort Wayne grabs 5 points on the night to post their 24th win of the season. We'll take a break, a 3-minute break here in the Coliseum on Sports Radio 1380 The Game, and come back with the post-game show after this on Sports Radio 1380 The Game. Rob Brown back at the Coliseum on the Marathon National Oil post-game show. Fury continue to be perfect in the overtime this season, beating La Crosse tonight in the extra session, 106-101. Fort Wayne now 4-0 in OT this year. And moving their mark to 24-23 on the year, 18-7 now at the Coliseum are the Fury. Let's look at how this very wild game transpired. Fury got the first points of the night on 2 Mikey Moore free throws, but then it was all La Crosse the rest of the first period. They led by as much as 7 at 19-12. Fury trailed by 3 on the final possession, had a chance to tie the quarter, but Artie Griffin could not get a 3 off before the buzzer sounded, and the Bobcats had the first quarter in the books, 23-20. Second quarter, after getting down 8 most of the second period, the Fury closing the half, I should say, as well, on a 9-2 run, getting within 1. Damon Bailey hitting 2 free throws with 28 seconds to go to give the Fury a 2-point lead in the quarter. James Blackwell for La Crosse missing a 3 to win the period with 4 seconds to go. Fort Wayne secured the rebound and a 24-22 win of quarter number 2, but the Bobcats still led at halftime 45-44. Third quarter is when the Fury grabbed their first lead of the ball game since early in the ball game when they led 2-0. Behind the strong third quarter play of Chris Garner, who had 9 points in the period, all 9 of his points in the period. And the Fury, again, taking a late lead in the period on a couple of Mikey Moore free throws with 1.1 seconds to go. That gave the Fury a 3-point quarter lead. And Todd Day, though, had a 3 to tie the quarter. He missed it. And the Fury winning the third period 24-21 and led 68-66 after 3. Fourth quarter was a back and forth affair. The Fury led by 7 at 82-75 with 7:22 to go, and led by 3 after the Bobcats tied it. The Fury led by 3 on an Artie Griffin 3. Turquin Mott came right back, scoring 5 straight points to give La Crosse a 2-point lead. Artie Griffin hit a 3 with 3:19 to go in regulation to give the Fury a 1-point lead. That would be the Fury's last field goal of the night, and La Crosse's last field goal as well, as the teams would close out their scoring from the foul line. Fury last points coming on 2 Damon Bailey free throws with 46 seconds to go that tied the game at 91 after Turquin Mott gave La Crosse the lead at 91-89 with 55 seconds to go. Fury, after La Crosse missed, had the ball. Damon Bailey, though, turning it over. La Crosse had a chance with 9 seconds to go to win the ball game, but Todd Day missing a 3 for the win. And the Fury got the rebound with 0.2 of a second to go, could not get a shot off, and we headed to overtime. In the overtime, the Fury scored the first 5 points to really grab control of the overtime, but La Crosse got within 3 at 98-95 with 29 seconds to go. Darren Hancock, though, putting in the dagger, really, as far as the game was concerned. Darren hitting a jumper from the left corner with 1 second on the shot clock to put the Fury back up 5. Fort Wayne hitting free throws down the stretch. Hancock and Bailey going 6 for 6 combined to give the Fury this 106-101 overtime win. Fury outscored the Bobcats in the overtime 15-10 to post the victory. Fort Wayne led by Mikey Moore. He had 19 points to lead Fort Wayne. Turquin Mott, great ball game by him. He had 22 points to lead all scorers. We're going to take the first of 2 breaks here in the Marathon National Oil postgame show. When we come back, we will look at tonight's postgame award winners as well as tonight's final numbers after this on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back at the Coliseum as the Fury win their 5th straight here at the Coliseum. 106-101 our final in overtime. Fort Wayne downing La Crosse. Take a look at our post-game award winners. First, tonight's Red River Steaks and Barbecue Star 94.1 FM Star of the Game. Several players with some big contributions. Damon Bailey had 17 points on the night. Mikey Moore with a team-high 19. Darren Hancock struggling throughout most of the game, but Darren coming up huge in the overtime with 8 of his 11 points in the extra session. But we're going to give the award to Courtney James, who posted his team-leading 7th double-double tonight. The 2nd straight ball game that Courtney has come up big off the bench. Courtney, Tuesday night in the win over Yakima, had 14 points and 5 rebounds off the bench. Tonight he collects 17 points and 12 rebounds. Courtney was 6 of 8 from the floor, 5 of 7 from the line, and more than held his own against La Crosse's veteran center, Matt Fish. So Courtney James, tonight's Red River Steaks and Barbecue Star on the 4.1 FM Star of the Game. Write down the name of tonight's Red River Steaks and Barbecue Star of the Game and listen to Star 94.1 FM tomorrow morning. If you're the first caller with the correct name of tonight's star, then you win a gift certificate to Red River Steaks and Barbecue. Turning our attention to tonight's Napa Auto Parts Endurance Award winner, that will go to Mikey Moore, who became the first Fury player this year to play more than 48 minutes. Fury have had a couple overtime games this year, including one double overtime game, but no one has played more than 48 minutes until tonight. Mikey logging 49 minutes and posting pretty solid numbers, 19 points, 9 rebounds, and a team season high tying 5 block shots. So Mikey Moore, tonight's Napa Auto Parts Endurance Award winner. For quality minutes tonight, the Fury turning to Mikey Moore, among others. And for quality auto parts, the Fury turning to Napa Auto Parts, as always, to keep America and the Fury running. Tonight's Arrow Kendall Oil Defensive Player of the Game for pouring on the protection selected Mikey Moore. Also, the Defensive Player of the Game, as well as the Endurance Award winner. Mikey with, we mentioned those 5 blocks, which tie a Fury season high for him, as well as for the entire club. Look for the Fury Defensive Player of the Game after every Fury game this season, and look for Arrow Kendall Oil to pour on the protection in your car, truck, or van. We're going to stay here and look at the final numbers on the night. Fury 5 double-figure scorers, led by Mikey Moore's 19 points. 17 for Damon Bailey on 5 of 8 shooting. Damon did not participate in the shoot-around today, feeling a little under the weather, but he came out strong tonight. 17 points for Courtney James, our star of the game, off the bench. 11 for Darren Hancock. 10 for Logan Vandervellen, who played well as well, including 2 for 2 behind the arc was Logan. 9 points for Chris Garner and Artie Griffin. 8 points for Carl Thomas. 6 points for Everett Gray, who struggled. Everett just 2 of 9 from the floor, and he had 6 points to match his 6 turnovers. And to round out the Fury scores, Eric Wilson played 6 minutes. He did not score. For lacrosse, they were led by Turkman Mott, who had 22 points on the night. 17 for Todd Day, who was 8 for 22 from the floor. 13 points for Matt Fish, who had 11 of his 13 in the second quarter. 10 points apiece for Mark Hendrickson and James Blackwell. 9 points for Jermaine Geis. 8 points for Fred Herzog. 8 points for Dante Jones, who was 3 for 10 from the floor. And 2 points apiece for Dennis Davis and Bubba Wells. Fury shooting 49% for the game, 37 of 76. Lacrosse 43%, 39 of 92. Fury 7 of 13 behind the arc, 54%. Carl Thomas 2 of 3. Artie Griffin 3 out of 6. Logan 2 for 2. Everett Gray 0 for 2. Lacrosse 6 of 15 from behind the arc for 40%. Dante Jones and Turquin Mott each 2 out of 3. Jermaine Geis 1 out of 1. But Todd Day 1 out of 7. And James Blackwell 0 for 1. Fury 30, make that 74% from the foul line tonight. 25 of 34 in the overtime to help put the game away. The Fury were 9 out of 10 from the line. Lacrosse 17 of 24 for the game from the line, 71%. Rebounding, the Fury out-rebounding the Bobcats tonight, 49-42. Courtney James leading the Fury on the boards with 12. Turquin Mott had 10 boards to lead Lacrosse. 22 Fury assists, including 9 from Damon Bailey. 17 Lacrosse assists. Todd Day had a team-high 4. Fury had 19 turnovers, 11 for Lacrosse. 8 block shots for the Fury, including 5 for Mikey. 4 block shots for Lacrosse. 4 players with 1 apiece. Fury had 5 steals, 4 from Hancock. Lacrosse 12 steals, 3 from the CBA steals leader, James Blackwell. Fury outscoring Lacrosse in the paint tonight, 52-40. Points off steals, 12-6 in favor of the Bobcats. Points off rebounds, 8-7 in favor of the Fury. Behind the 7th double-double of the season from Courtney James and a team-high 19 points from Mikey Moore. The Fury defeating Lacrosse 106-101 here at the Coliseum to win their 5th straight here in Fort Wayne and to move over the 500 mark at 24-23. This is the first time the Fury have been over 500 since February 6th, actually since February 12th, when they were 19-18. We'll take our final break here on the Marathon National Oil Postgame Show. When we come back, we'll wrap it up after this on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back for the final time, and you're on the Marathon National Oil Postgame Show. Fury winning tonight in overtime, 106-101. Fort Wayne now 4-0 this year in overtime. We look at the updated records. Fury moved their mark to 24-23 on the season. We mentioned the first time the Fury have been over 500 since a February 12th win over Lacrosse put them at 19-18. Tonight's win over Lacrosse puts them at 24-23, 18-7 here at the Coliseum. They've won 5 straight here, and with the 5 points they win tonight, they pick up the 5, and they now have 160.5 standings points. Lacrosse falls to 17-28, getting more and more likely that they will be the one team that does not make the playoffs in the 9-team CBA. Only 8 teams will qualify for the playoffs. Lacrosse will be team number 9 right now. They fall to 17-29 on the season, 3-19 on the road. They pick up 2 standings points. They now have 133.5 standings points. Well, up next for the Fury, the wrap-up to the homestand Saturday night against the Grand Rapids Hoops. We will have the ball game for you at 6:40 with the tip-off at 7:05. Tickets are available for that game by calling the Coliseum Ticket Office at 483-1111 or charge tickets by phone at 424-1811. 1-1. And following that ball game, the Fury will leave town. Will be gone for 9 days and heading off on a key 9-day, 4-game road trip that may make or break the Fury's playoff positioning. As after the Fury return from that road trip, they will have just 4 games remaining on the schedule. I want to thank everyone for listening to tonight's game. I want to extend a thanks to Doug Sitzer, one of our in-studio producers. I want to extend a special thanks to Paul Miller, another one of our in-studio producers tonight. We understand Paul is moving onward from the Federated Media family. We want to thank him for his continued hard work over the last couple of years. He's been an outstanding board operator and engineer for us, always keeping things smooth and keeping me under control, even when technically things don't always go as smoothly as we would like. He's been a great professional, and we will miss him at the controls here on these Fury broadcasts. I want to, again, invite you to listen on Saturday night, invite you to come by the Coliseum and see one of the best home court teams in the CBA as the Fury get down the home stretch, only 9 games to go. And again, the homestand wrapping up here on Saturday night. We'll have the ball game begin at 6:40. We hope you join us. And until we talk to you then on Saturday night, it's been Rob Brown saying so long, everybody.